Total Smith here. Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Downtown Deuce ASAP. Come on, man.
Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Yeah, Detroit. Destination restoration. Yeah, it's our time. Can you feel the elevation? We on a mission on vacation. Time to create that separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for that confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination. Together all the time together. It's us against the world, it don't get no better. We turned it around, that was the beginning. Coming for the crown, you know we winning. Time to put in the work, I'm about to go for stuff. Taking our prisoners, it's my time. Yeah, I know that it hurts. Saying break out the church, you don't wanna see me in my prime. The mission is to ring, we're caught in everything. In the city, supporting the dream. Vision new I never seen, we deserve to be king. It's all or nothing, no in between. The clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Now the clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Feel the elevation. We on the mission on vacation. Time to create that separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for that confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination.
Sorry, guys. New to this thing. What up, though, everybody? Welcome back to the Deuce and Bos show. As you can see, it's just me right now. Deuce is on his way back from a really fun event at Paddle and Par that seemed like it had a great show out. So he will be back here shortly, probably about 15, 20 minutes. But just wanted to get this going. Obviously, no singing. No singing from me ever, but no singing today. Guys, that was tough. That was an ugly loss. That was bad. Hi, guys. Thanks for being here. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Usually Deuce is my sounding board if I'm muted, so tell me if I'm not on, but that was just tough. The fact that the score was what it was at the end is actually a blessing, because the way the Cavs were moving, it felt like they were scoring 150 points. So the way that we were moving, we absolutely did not deserve to get over the 100-point line. So it was just ugly. And, you know, I think it makes the loss on Saturday tougher to swallow, because that one was really gettable in a lot of moments. And this one just felt pretty lost from the start, even though, you know, I say for me from halftime, because it felt pretty good going into half, the way it was going. I see a lot of you mention this. The free throw difference was disgusting. 34-12 free throws. Absolutely. And I do agree. They had 16 free throws in the first half and we only had 5. Looks like they about doubled it and we about doubled it. So while I do agree with that, the fact that we were able to still have the halftime lead with that shows me that we also were just shooting ourselves in the foot. Now, and I'll get into it more too when Deuce is here, because I think there was a lot of ugly in this game. It just wasn't good basketball, so I cannot put it all on the refs. However, I can say that the way the refs were blowing their whistle messed with momentum. It gave the Cavs a lot. It killed ours. We couldn't be, you know, as physical. Felt like, you know, Mitchell was pushing Cade, pushing Jenkins, no calls. Duncan got hit on a 3, no calls. And then, you know, we watched Mitchell shove Cade, and then Cade got nothing. And then he ran into Cade and initiated contact on the other end, and Cade didn't put his arms up, nothing, actually got whacked in the chin, and Cade got called for the foul. So while we're not gonna put it all on the refs because it was just bad Pistons basketball. I absolutely do think that the momentum that the refs helped create and also for the Cavs and just helped, limit for us was a huge factor, especially the free throws. I mean, we also need to make our free throws, except, the ones who really missed were just like B-ball Paul, but he did so much else. It's like, okay, I'll let him miss his free throws. He literally did so much more than other people. So, yeah. And when Deuce gets here too, we'll have a poll up for you guys. 27 personal fouls to 15. Yeah, the Cavs are very good at drawing fouls. I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy. Well, actually, that's a lie. I'm a big conspiracy person, but I do. When the odds are so favorable for a team that's in the playoffs, like the Pistons didn't have, like the Cavs' favorable odds to win at home were very high. And when the Pistons were at home, the odds were not high. I don't know if it's because the Cavs haven't lost a home game yet, but when I see that, I'm just kind of like, it already puts a bad taste in my mouth. It's like, what are you trying? Like the sports books want to be right, they don't want to lose money. So, I question some things, but definitely this was the biggest bummer for me as well. Caris LeVert game wasted. I think I said at halftime to some people, I was like, we cannot give this away. Like we cannot, throw this for Caris because we finally had him show up in ways that we've been wanting him to, expecting him to. He had a phenomenal game. I would say Caris and B-ball Paul, spectacular games. Everybody else, Fs. Not even C's or D's. Nope. Everybody else gets an F for me. Maybe Jenkins gets a C because he played good defense, but didn't give any shots up. Everyone, Fs. Those two kept us close. And it was a bummer to let this one go. It's kind of like Ron Holland, I think, has had 2 double-doubles, maybe 3 this regular season, and we lost those games. I think Ausar Thompson had a triple-double or double-double, and we lost that game too. It's just like, why do we do this to our teammates, So we definitely have a series. That's kind of where I'm at too, is I was in the live chat with you guys. Like I said, Deuce was at Pedal and Par. He'll be on shortly. So I was in the live chat trying to talk to you guys. I definitely went quiet in the fourth there in the third and fourth because I was like, I have no words. I have no words for this. There was a lot of, fire JB, our season's over. You can react in the moment, but we were down worse last series. Things that JB did started to make sense then. It's the playoff basketball. I don't want an easy ride. Rough is right is what Rip Hamilton says, or tough is right. I don't know which one he says, and that's just definitely how I feel. I think today it just really hurts because that was ugly. It reminded me of games like 1 and 3 against the Magic, just ugly basketball. And what does, give me some faith and some hope is that we have, been able to bounce back and pull it together. The fact that 2 guys had good games and they were our bench guys just makes me feel like, our starters are going to bounce back. We also won 5 in a row before this game, before the Saturday. So we're on a 2-game losing streak after winning 5 in a row, which in the regular season would be no big deal. But it is the playoffs. But I definitely think we can bounce back. Another fun tidbit, guys, Cavs have not lost at home yet. They play so well. I mean, we've seen it. Harden had a career night on Saturday, and then Donovan Mitchell's out here breaking records tied the record for most second half points in a playoff game. Oh man. So we're just, letting them have it. But again, it's those 2 guys. While we are definitely more of a team, but they haven't won a home game, or they haven't lost a home game, but they haven't won an away game. And that benefits us. It's a true competition. It's a true competitive team. And if it comes down to 7 games, that benefits us. A game 7 is up or down either way. But also, the Cavs have not won an away game. So they struggle. They have their own struggles where the struggles are different. They differ. So yeah, I'll get to some comments here too, guys. Yeah. If it ain't rough, it ain't right. Absolutely. And again, I'm not going to come in here. You guys know that I like to be optimistic. I like to point out the good. There's not a lot of good in this game. And Deuce and I briefly chatted, was checking in on him, seeing where he was, making sure he was getting home safe. And we talked about it a little bit, but we're definitely going to point out the bad stuff of this game. You guys know I'm tough on JD, and I don't think I'm going to be – this is probably the toughest I'm going to be on him tonight. But like I said, just not going to – don't take it as far as JB needs to be, fired. This is the end of the season. We went through all those emotions last series, and we pulled it out. Things began to make sense. So be frustrated, but let's be constructively frustrated. Be upset about JB's rotations tonight, and let's talk about them. I don't want to, let's not doom too much. Okay. Let's talk about this like it's competitive basketball, and that the Cavs absolutely, basically destroyed us tonight, and we only lost by 11. But I have my theories. I'm going to save them till Deuce is here. I have my theories about what I would do. I'm sure you guys maybe share similar sentiments. But yes, so I'm going to get into some comments here real quick. Playoff experience matters. It absolutely does. But Harden and Mitchell have been in the playoffs every year of their careers, 9 and 15 respectively, and have not – I don't think they've had finals appearances. They definitely haven't won. I don't know if either of them have been to the finals. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, yeah, it matters, but I don't know. I'm seeing that a little bit with the Spurs and Timberwolves. If you guys been keeping up with that. As a Nuggets fan, the Wolves are moving, is what I can say. I wasn't expecting this. They went through a little bit of a slump. I thought that the Nuggets would be a better matchup against the Spurs, but the Wolves are doing their thing. So, but they have much, much more experience in the playoffs than the Spurs. But the Spurs can hold their own. So I'm curious. So, yep, they still do have more experience. Yeah, the free throw difference was crazy. Let me just look it up real quick. I know you guys have already said, I don't even want to look at this. It's so ugly. This score's so ugly. This box scores, man. Wow. Caris LeVert, 24-point night, and we blew it. Ridiculous. Free throws. 9 of 12 for us. Yeah, 30 of 34. Yeah, that's almost a third of their free throws. I don't like it. Especially because the Cavs didn't have a foul till the second quarter. And you're telling me, I don't know, you guys know how I am. I don't care how many fouls are called. I mean, I do. I want them to play basketball. I want the rest to let them play. But it needs to be consistent. But again, even with that free throw disparity, we shot ourselves in the foot in a lot of areas. Turnovers, some rotations, JD. You guys know I write notes. I just wrote what? In the fourth quarter, I had no notes under him. JD. Except I did write the negative of that wide open pass he missed from Cade. He wasn't paying attention. Although Cade fooled me with the shooting motion, but it doesn't matter. You've got to be in it, bro. But yes, let me get to some more positive. I saw one from Clara up here a little earlier. Hi guys, stopping by to lift y'all spirits. Pistons will win in 6. Absolutely, Clara. Agreed. Appreciate you guys. You guys know this is like therapy. I'm excited for Deuce to get here as well to hear more about his takes on it. Because even in the live, it sucks when I can't do lives with him, because even some of the things he was saying, I was trying to type. And I was like, by the time he sees this response, it's going to be too far. So really curious about how that goes. Yeah, the 25 unanswered points was crazy. Yeah, we did win by 11, but Detroit has some fighters on that team that don't go away easily, especially Daniss. Respect to him. Yeah, I love this. Cleveland made 216. All right. Thank you for dropping in, being a supporter, not a hater. I appreciate it. As someone who's waiting for my co-host, I can't handle too much hate right now. But I think you're overestimating. I think it was 22 unanswered points. But then Detroit, the only guys that scored in the third were Caris and B-Ball Paul. I think maybe Daniss got one basket in towards the end. But that's insane. That's insane. And B-Ball Paul almost played the whole third. He started the fourth, and then we saw JD come back in, and it felt like the common denominator a little bit tonight when the Cavs were able to get back into it was that JD was on the floor because they weren't afraid to drive to the rim. But also, JD when he was off the floor, Caris LeVert came in, and I think that was also a huge thing. So they go maybe a little bit hand in hand. We can't just say it's all JD or all Caris, but I think our bench definitely played up to some expectations, and it was a bummer that's, not a bummer. I think the right adjustments were made in real time. The guys that made impacts like B-Ball Paul stayed on the floor longer. When Caris had an amazing, first quarter, his minutes went up. He didn't just bench him. So I say those adjustments were made. But now, it's a 7-game series, so you have to make those adjustments as the series goes on. And we'll talk about it too when Deuce is on. I think the Cavs came out with a lot more defensive intensity. They have at both home games played a lot better defense, really crowded the paint, making it difficult for us. But other than that, they just wanted their stars to get hot, and Harden was hot in the first half for them, and then Mitchell was hot in their second half. So they did make adjustments, but we can now make adjustments to match theirs as well. Wow, guys, you guys are flying in with these comments. If I miss you when Deuce comes back and just talks about his experience at Paddle and Par, I will absolutely scroll up and read some of these. So, yes. Jenkins doesn't pass Cade the ball. Cade wasn't doing anything. Cade didn't deserve the ball today. Sarah, what is going on with Stu? I don't know. So I was watching Deuce, and then you guys know that we usually do a live with Eric Vincent as well. So I was watching his live, and then I would switch over to Eric Vincent's live on Assist and his YouTube channel, Top Title Detroit, and just, kind of hear two perspectives. And he said, he's a beat reporter for the Pistons. So he is, knows a little bit more, but he said that Stu dismissed any injury claims. So he said that he should be good to go. And I think that Stu had when he subbed in the first half, I think he did great, but then we didn't see him in the second half. We saw B-Ball, but then we saw Duren. Like, it should have been B-Ball and then Stu. So I don't know what's going on with Stu, honestly. If he's dismissing the fact, if he says that he doesn't have an injury, which is kind of what we've all, thought about, assumed maybe, questioned, because we don't understand his minutes, then that makes me even a little bit more frustrated, because he gave us valuable minutes and energy and effort on the court. He did have 3 fouls, I think, leaving the second half. So I don't know if that has something to do with it, or if JB is just trying to inspire something in JD. I don't know what you do at this point. He had a great first 2 games, not even great, but like much better than the Magic series. He had a great first 2 games of this series and then fell off again. This was bad. Like, the Magic series were bad, but this was bad. Like, we'll get into it individually, but that was crazy. Deuce just texted me that he's pulling up, so we'll see him in a minute now. I think Stu is playing through injury, but he doesn't make excuses for himself. Yeah, but like, why would he tell people that he's not? I guess if it's just to save face or something, I don't know. Keep the other team on their toes. I don't know. So it's almost like what's worse, Stu playing through injury when we know we have B-Ball Paul that can help and be on the court, or B-Ball or Stu not playing through injury and he's just getting these limited minutes? What's worse for you guys? Like, because to me, the second is worse, that he's not playing through injury, but he's not getting the minutes. So it was crazy. Yeah, 0% of me believes Stu is close to 100%. I feel like, he's gotten a little better. I'm just so interested in I guess we'll never know. What does that take? I guess we'll never know. Stu and JD need to get a blood transfusion for either B-Ball Paul or Ronnie Hustle. Our top 2 bigs are dragging booty. Yeah. I thought Stu did okay. Did I miss something? Maybe I just noticed. I was trying to keep up with the lives in the chat, so maybe I would just notice his putbacks. But really no blocks, not a lot of defensive plays, which is, except for of course, in the first series, he had that 8-block game and we ended up losing. Just nuts, man. Just nuts. Pistons have to win at home, man. Yeah, and I do believe that they will. It's the Cavs, guys, went up 2-0 against the Raptors last series, and then the Raptors came back and tied it up 2-2. And the Cavs fan base reacted very similarly to how we were reacting. Fire Atkinson, Harden was the wrong choice, D-Mitch sucks, Mobley is weak, blah, 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 And then they win it in 7. Barely. Like, they had a big explosion towards the end of Game 7 to keep their home win streak alive. So it's playoff basketball, guys. The fact that both teams went to 7 games, this also shows that both teams can go up and down. This I would say was our ugliest game of the playoffs, in my opinion. Imagine if Caris LeVert didn't do Caris LeVert things. And I'll throw B-Ball Paul in there too. Two guys that we always like. B-Ball Paul is always reliable. Caris has been very reliable on defense, and we've needed him to get going on offense, and finally he does. But imagine that it was just still his consistent defense. Like, imagine what kind of game this would have been. Our starters, our guys that we rely on, really just did not have a good game. And it happens in the playoffs. It happens in the regular season too. So I think a positive still to take from this is that it wasn't a complete blowout, because the way it felt like the Cavs were up by 150 to like 100. Like, the fact that I can't even, like, the fact that the Sixers and Hawks got blown out multiple times by the Knicks, I can't even imagine being a fan, because like the way I feel right now, and we weren't even necessarily blown out, we were just completely outplayed. But then basically just outplayed ourselves. Turnovers, late mistakes, that like the Cavs fan that was in here mentioned that run, that 22-0 scoring run to start the half was yikes. That's what we were clowning the Magic for. Yeah, no good, not bueno at all. Whoops, there we go. Mitchell had more free throws than our entire team. Yeah, I agree. And again, we'll talk about free throw disparity. Like I said at the beginning, I do think it's going to be, I think it was a factor. It was definitely something that contributed to the loss, because it's not only free throws, it's just the whistles of stopping momentum, stopping play, getting us out of our physical play, guys getting into foul trouble, things like that. But again, like, the turnovers were nasty. The shot production was nasty. Not getting Duncan open was bad. Cade shooting. Wow, Cade shot 44%. What? Wait, okay. 19. I mean, that's a Tobias stat. Tobias and Cade both ended their 20-point streaks in the playoffs. Tobias shot 35%. He had the worst shot diet, it seems like, tonight. But look, he had 8 straight games with 20 plus, so he can have that. It just kind of feels like our guys that fell apart, that have been playing so well and being steady for us, like Ausar, like Tobias, like Cade, they all kind of collapsed tonight. And then JD didn't step up. Dunk didn't get, he only, was only 1 for 2. He only had 2 shot attempts. But then guys did step up, like Caris, like B-Ball Paul. So the fact that, I don't foresee our starters all having a bad game again. But when Cade and Tobias and Ausar, especially Cade and Tobias, they can't do it all. They shouldn't have to do it all. I think that they can, actually. I'll change that. They can do it all. But we shouldn't keep relying on them to do it all. And when they have bad games, which still result in 19 and 16 points, other guys got to step up. And LeVert and B-Ball Paul absolutely delivered, but they weren't necessarily on the court with those guys at that time. Caris, yes. B-Ball, no. Cade was let down a lot by JD tonight. We couldn't get Duncan Robinson open. He got into foul trouble early. Jenkins was out there. He only had 4 shot attempts, and he went 0 for 4. He had no shot attempts, I believe, in the first half. And only 1 turnover, 3 rebounds, but he played really good defense. They don't give him credit for any steals or blocks, but I thought he played good defense. So he was still reliable out there in ways, but these other guys need to step up. Oh, man. All right. Boss, do you really believe what you are watching? No, I mean, I believe what I saw was a really ugly game, but I don't believe anything else. Deuce, are you ready to come up? Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Deuce is here. He's just setting up stuff. So yeah, I mean, I believe that I saw an ugly game, but still not, like, I couldn't believe how ugly it was. And again, like I said, I think that's why the Saturday loss now hurts a little bit more, because it was gettable from some things. So yeah, hopefully this just gives Knicks enough time to cool off. Yeah, I'm not worried. I'm not gonna say I'm not worried about the Knicks, but I'm just not concerned about them right now. It's the same thing we said in the regular season when they'd asked JB about the Celtics. He's like, we don't care about the Celtics. We're not worried about the Celtics, because we're worried about us. We're worried about us, the Pistons and everybody. So the Knicks, the discourse is, they can rest and rest. I don't care. We need to get through this series, and I absolutely think we can do it. And Deuce and I will talk about that too as we go on with this show as well. Let me get to some more comments. Yes, game 5 in Detroit, game 6 in Cleveland, game 7 in Detroit. Yes, I know you answered someone else's question, so thank you, John. John Harbaugh seasons. Your name's probably not John. I was sad, but I know we still have home court advantage. Absolutely. And again, the Cavs haven't won away, and we haven't won, and they haven't lost at home. So if that streak continues, where we come in, we win the set. I hope that streak ends. I hope that we take the one tomorrow or Wednesday, and then we take the one on Friday, and we'd be done with it. But also, guys, it wouldn't jump right into the next series. Here's my other conspiracy. And I know it's not just free throws. Like I said, we shot ourselves in the foot in a lot of ways. We've won games despite reffing and stuff. But the conference semifinals wouldn't start right away, like how this one rolled over into, 2 days later. After we finished game 7 against the Magic, 2 days later, we started this series. The conference finals, like if we won today and Wednesday and closed it out, the conference semifinals wouldn't even start till Sunday. So a little bit of me thinks that Adam Silver's like, well, I don't want no basketball during that time. So we need to extend. So these networks get money and make me money. But again, even if that was the case coming in, which it felt like with the free throw disparity, again, 25 unanswered points, 22 unanswered points, 22 unanswered points, turnovers, our bigs doing nothing except b-ball Paul, some rotation stuff, still contributed just as much. So yes, yeah, Caris and Paul played well. I got to give them credit. Absolutely. Sorry, guys, reading some comments. Yeah, still talking about the Knicks, guys. Come on. Me personally, show him some bad boy Pistons basketball before Mitchell does that BS again. You Bill Lampiers. Yeah, I mean, I don't, if you want to flop, be a flopper. I just think, he plays very physically, which he should, which I want. I want physical basketball. But when he shoved Duncan in the corner last game. He's out of bounds. He was shoving Cade. Like he shoves and then he complains if he gets touched. So I just don't think it's very fair. It needs to be both ways. It's how I feel about everyone in this league. Like if Shai's going to get the call it when he fouls, both kind of things. So Jenkins played hard, but he's not good enough yet. I mean, he really found his rhythm. Again, just some guys just really fell out of it. I think since we're such a team, we really rely on each other as a team. Cade's out here, he can put up 30 and get 10 assists. Get everybody involved. Since we're such a team, when our rhythm is off, everyone's rhythm seems off. Like the Cavs rhythm can be off, but you're going to see miraculous stuff from like Donovan Mitchell, like I said, which again, we can see from Cade, but those are just two different style players. So I'm not even going to bring that up really, but yeah, I just do think that, yeah, I think he's in fine, but I think he was thrown out of rhythm like a lot of our guys. So
chat. What in the world, chat? What's up, boss?
Thank you.
How are you? How are you doing? How are you this evening, boss?
I'm good. Chat has helped me talk through some things. I hope I didn't bore you guys. I was trying to read, the comments. I gave them some of my opinions and stuff about this game, but we're already 30 minutes in, so I'd love to hear yours, and then we can get into it.
Sorry for the delay, y'all. Just got back from Paddle Empire. Shout out to Paddle Empire, man. Great event. It was the only good thing I enjoyed tonight, if I'm being honest. Seriously. By the way, guys, the chat or the poll is live for what you guys believe was the reason for the loss. Boss, I just thought of these off top. But I think they're accurate. Turnovers, no urgency, rotations, and officiating.
Okay, that's exactly what I would have said too. So
that's just off top. It's just what I saw just from watching the game. I don't have a ton of notes.
It's funny. I was expecting you. I don't know how to make the poll, guys, but I was expecting you to like ask me about it. So I was coming up with them in my head, and I came up with those 4. So,
man, I'm annoyed, y'all. I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
Like I always
Just so you know, I already started talking people off cliffs, so we're gonna be annoyed, but we're not gonna panic and doom and gloom because we've already started to
Nah.
calm down.
Yeah, no, we're not going to doom and gloom. We gotta, we gotta think macro, not micro. It's hard in the moment because it's just happened. We can't be
Yeah.
prisoner in the moment. But I'm not happy at all.
Mhm.
I'm not happy at all with this game. Let's just look at some numbers like we always do, right? To see if the Pistons played the way they need to play based on the numbers. It's a lot of red tonight, y'all. A lot of red tonight. Points in the paint was the only real positive in this game. Pistons had 60. They had 34. That's
That doesn't
really
even
the
feel
only
real.
area where I'm sorry, 50 to 34,
Okay.
not 60, but 50.
Dang.
So even still, they still won that battle. That's pretty much the only area they won. Fast break points they won. We won that 12-6, but it's 6. It's 12 points. It's not enough. It's not enough. Rebounding, we won 35-33. Pretty much a wash. Free throws, they shot 34. We shot 12. 12. And now you guys know I don't like to focus on officiating, except for situations where it really calls for it. And I thought tonight it really called for it. It was ridiculous. Like they didn't have a foul until the second quarter. Just ridiculous stuff. Ridiculous stuff. You always say call it both ways. If you're gonna call it, call it. If you're gonna be whistle heavy, make it the same way on both sides. But tonight it wasn't that at all. Go ahead.
And real quick, maybe you can give your thoughts because I talked about it a little bit because I, agree. That's what a lot of people came into the comments with. And I do agree. Like the free throw disparity was awful. The fact that the Cavs didn't, get a foul till the second, impossible in today's game, I think. So my reasoning is just like, while I think that was a factor, it wasn't the whole reason.
No.
But it does do things like it takes you out of your physical play. It gets your guys into foul trouble. It kills your momentum. Whistle stop game ball. It gives them,
pace.
So it while again, I don't want anyone to say like we're not blaming it all on free throws or officiating because there are a lot of mistakes made. But I do think some of those mistakes were because
no pace.
We couldn't get any pace. Yeah, we couldn't play physically while Mitchell's over here pushing everybody he guards. Made no sense.
Yep.
I don't know. It was strange. And like you said, I want physical basketball. So like either let them push and shove each other and don't blow the whistle or blow it on both ends.
Swallow it, pause. Yeah. One or the other. It's gotta be fair. That's all we ask for. Before I get into let me finish these numbers and then I'll check out the super chats you got and go from there. By the way, they say you did a great job, boss. Shout out to you for holding it down for
Thanks,
your boy.
guys.
Until I got back home. I
was looking forward to coming
stay here.
I was looking forward to I told Deuce, like I was like, I don't want to come on. It's much more easier for me to come on alone when we win because I'm excited, I'm upbeat. But I genuinely was just like, I'm actually kind of excited to talk this one out because I think there's it's scary hour again. It's a tied series, but can't we're gonna talk about this bad game and move on from it and feel better. So
yeah. So the rest of the numbers, turnovers, right? We had 20, they had 15. 20 turnovers is way too many, bro.
Yeah.
You're not gonna win that way. Just too sloppy, ridiculous. Points off turnovers, they had 21, we had 15. So that's part of it too. Assists were a wash at 23. And the Stocks, they won that battle 19-13. They had more.
The Stocks, the fish, like so everything else is a little bit explainable. Like 6 points make that can be made up a bit, Turnover is bad, 15 is bad, 20 is worse, but like still, but the Stocks, that's our game. But again, it goes a little bit into the foul calls. And we have a Cleveland guy in here who gave us some props. I saw you. But I just saw you say that we had plenty of foul calls, and just go look at the numbers and tell me that again, bro.
Yeah, like a third of their foul of free throws.
Yeah. So, but anyways, I think the
quick.
Stocks is huge for me. That sticks out.
Yeah, let's get these super chats in. What's up, First Class Kings? I'm not sure if you got this one already or not, but
no.
He said Rasheed Wallace needs to give JD a phone call before something, bro. He needs to wake up, bro. He's not having a good series. He's not having good playoffs. It's his first one. Well, no, it's not his first one. He played last year, but he's going through right now. He needs to add more versatility to his game. I think because we said all year he had a great season. He's still a really good player, young 22-year-old. But when teams can scout you and make adjustments, you got to be able to have enough versatility to adjust to what they adjust to and be able to have other things to go to. And I think going from team to team to team to team, game to game to game to game to game, where they see you once and they don't see you again for another month or two, that changes. as opposed to you're playing the same team every game and they're figuring out what your weak points are and what may adjust to you. So he needs to be able to make adjustments to those adjustments. He hasn't done a good job of that at all. Because it's not, we could have said last series it was just because of, the Wendell Carter and Paolo, they're bigger guys, are tougher to keep out, keep easier to keep them out of the pain. And, Jared Allen and Mobley are not physical guys. They shouldn't be able to overpower him. They should be able to put him on his butt the way Jared Allen did. And it's just too many things that's happening with JD right now. So we'll get to him. Yeah. But First Class Kings, I agree. What up, Dom? What's up, bro? Says 3 times as many free throws for Cleveland when they shot mostly jumpers and we attacked the basket more. Right. The points in the paint prove that, bro. We were in the paint a lot more and just did not get any calls. Yeah. But we've had so many games this year where despite the whistle, we still won games.
Exactly.
So I that's going to be there. Like, that's something you can't control. We always say control the controllables. And when they've done that, despite the whistle, they've still been able to win. So I'm not going to give them a pass and say, well, we lost this game because that's not why we lost this game. That contributed and made it worse, but we still could have won this game had we played Detroit style basketball. And that's what it comes down to. So I can't even out that. But yeah, they did have a lot more free throws in this game for sure. But the starters look like Carlton Banks. Ba, ba, ba. You know what I'm talking about. That's funny. Both road games, we continuously hurt ourselves, and the defense took too many plays off. Yes, turnovers aside. Yes, bro. It always comes down to the defense. It always comes down to the defense for me. And we're gonna get into those numbers a little bit later, as far as it's like Donovan Mitchell having like record-breaking numbers against us. Like, we're a defensive team, bro. That can't happen. Where are the adjustments at? Getting the ball out of his hands. Like, what? He played great, but we let him get into a rhythm. We let him he walked right into a rhythm.
Yeah.
Turnovers.
Absolutely.
Just not executing because it wasn't like he was great all game. He didn't score in the first half.
He had 4 points in the first half.
Or 4 points, right. 4 points, you're right. 4 points in the first half. And what, 40 for the game?
Yeah.
36 second half points?
That actually, Deuce, I don't know if you heard, but that tied NBA record for most points in a second and a half by in a playoff game.
Ridiculous. Can't come against this team.
And he's very good. Like, he's Donovan Mitchell. But again, and one of my points earlier was like, I think when you came on, I was talking a little bit about Jenkins and how he needs to do more and stuff, because there was a lot of play that I think he did right as well, like some defense. I mean, he was out there and solid, not turning the ball over, getting some assists. But since we play like such a team, when our start, like Ausar, Tobias, Cade, the 3 most steady guys in this playoffs, when their rhythm is way off, it affects everybody. Yep. While the Cavs, they can struggle as long as Mitchell doesn't or Harden doesn't. Like, Mitchell he got 40 points because he was shooting on every possession. Like, his rhythm doesn't, what his team is doing doesn't necessarily affect his rhythm. But our team is such a team basketball that it affects it greatly.
Yeah, if you give him the chances, he's eventually going to start making shots.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's too good of a scorer to just go cold the whole game.
Yeah, he was doing everything.
Yeah. But he was just, he was just way too comfortable. And the Pistons didn't make it tough enough for him. Both road games, we continuously hurt ourselves. I agree, bro. That's what it comes down to for me. So, as always, bro, I'm right there with you, man. The Pistons have a lot of areas to clean up. They still find themselves somewhat in this game late, just like last game. Last game hurts even more, though.
Exactly. That's what I said. It's like,
because this could have been a game we were looking in the series and being up 3-1 instead of tied 2-2 for a 3-game series now. It's a 3-game series now. So
right.
Last game really looms large now, considering where we are now. Hindsight's 2020. It is what it is. But Dom, you're right, bro. Mark says, worried about Duren and his confidence. To keep perspective, we can look at Allen and Mobley's career in the playoffs. They also had rough starts. That's part of it too. Like, he's young. There's so many guys who had slow starts to their careers, who were talented players. The thing with him is he just blasted off this season ridiculously. He set the bar so high for himself. So it's just like, I mean, even if he didn't play the way he played this regular season, we still be like, at this point, JD, where are you? Right? But it's just worse now because he played so good in the regular season and this just drop off in the playoffs. But once again, he has to learn playoff basketball is different. It's different.
Yeah. And I'm just going to say, and we'll talk about it more, Mark, when we get to him, because I have a lot to say. I'm never going to say that his career is over, that he can't improve. No. We've seen him make improvements in little areas in the playoffs. This is his first major playoff run. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I actually talked about that to Deuce that earlier today, just talking about I'm not coming for Duren in terms of that aspect. But today we're going to talk about how awful a game it was.
Yeah.
Regular playoff. Terrible.
Yep.
Terrible. Like, awful. And so that's what
Yeah.
we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So let's get into it, boss. Let's get into initials, man. Did you get into any initials yet?
No, I mean, I gave my thoughts on it really.
Okay.
I mean, just quickly, I said I didn't like it from the start.
Mhm.
The Cavs went up high right away. They went up by 11. We were able to cut back and come back from that. Went on a little run. The fact that we did finish the half with the free throw disparity and the turnovers and the foul trouble was very lucky that we finished it ahead. And then the third quarter on, I was just like, this is bad. And I'll talk about more about it, but I do think basically what I took away from this is that it is a game of adjustments. I understand being frustrated with some of the rotations, but Caris proved himself early and stayed in. Because people used to get mad at JB of like, why was this guy in for 3 minutes and he played good and then you sat him? So that wasn't the case. It wasn't the case with Caris. It wasn't the case with B-Ball. A little bit of the case with Ron, I would say. Seeing Ron only in the start and the end. Yeah. So to me, that's more of like, there were some adjustments I liked. I liked that JB was like keeping the guys that were hot in, giving them more minutes. B-Ball Paul played the majority of the third and started the fourth. He has to rest eventually, guys.
Yeah.
I just didn't like who they brought in to rest him for. But so I think that but I do think that we need to rely on some of our other guys. I think the Cavs might have figured out a little bit. If they're like, let's slow down Cade and Tobias, which they did tonight, then it's like, then let's bring in other weapons that we have on the bench. So I think our bench definitely did better. And I think an adjustment to take away from this now is for, just because, they are our starters and they got us here, which I think they're still going to be our starters next game. JB's still going to give them the opportunity to get off on the right foot. But the minute that something's not going right, adjust. And JB started the game. He took 2 early timeouts because of the Cavs runs. Love that. I love that because sometimes you take one timeout. Go just take one timeout and they're like, we just had one a minute and a half ago, so we got to just play on. No, he's like, let's talk about it. Let's fix it. So I do like a lot what he's doing. I think that what he can going back and look, I think he hopefully will understand that like the bench guys are what got us back to the game. The bench guys against their starters and their bench, they couldn't figure out. So that would, I guess, as an initial thought, just because I'm not sure when else we could talk about it. We could talk about it as we get to individuals as well. But I would play. This is a game now. This is a series now where I'm like, actually, 12-man rotation. Throw them up. Yeah.
The Pistons didn't look like the Pistons.
Right.
At any point in this game. Maybe other than a 2 or 3 minute stretch. And in the very end, they didn't look like themselves, guys. They had 5 points in the first 6 minutes of this game. The turnovers, again, I expected, and I said it. When I'm right, I beat my chest. When I'm wrong, I call it out. I expected them to come out this game and put their imprint on the series. Go up 3-1, win convincingly, punch them in the mouth early, establish tempo, establish style of play early, take the crowd out of it early. Like all the things you want to do as a road team to get wins. They didn't do it. They didn't do any of it. The turnovers, the sloppy passes are becoming a problem. The lethargy that they're coming out with is becoming a problem. It's just the officiating is what it is. I mean, they didn't pick up their fouls in the second quarter. Fine, I get it. We saw though, despite that, once they had a stretch in this late in the first quarter, second quarter, when they turned it up, the defense was turned up and they got back into the game quickly. Again, it was 16-5.
Yes.
We were down with 6 minutes left. They had 16 points with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. They finished with 21. 16 points with 6 minutes to go, and they finished with 21. So only 5 points over the next 6 minutes did we allow them. So once again, when you play to who you are, when you wake up, lock in defensively, play hard, they can shut teams' water off. Once again, we always say 48 minutes. They played about maybe 10 minutes of Pistons basketball tonight. Maybe.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear about the offense. I always say, so many times this year, we've been down. And if you blink, you'll miss the Pistons run of 20-5, and they're up the next quarter. It got flipped on us tonight. When we stopped playing defense, we saw in the second half, we went from being up 4 to being down like 20 in a quarter. We just stopped playing. So that's the frustrating part, is that we know we can do it. We are the better team. When we lock in defensively, we beat this team. You saw the first 2 games. So they got back into it in the first half. Third quarter looked just like the first quarter. It was like deja vu. The start of the first quarter and third quarter was the exact same. The exact same. Sluggish again, boss. Sluggish again. Terrible rotations. Rotations this game were terrible. And that was because, first of all, we couldn't stay in front again. Just a red carpet to the rim. And then you got to rotate. But the rotations were bad. Cade was part of that. He wasn't rotating well. He wasn't getting out. He wasn't getting out to Schroeder. He wasn't getting out to Harden. The rotations were bad. Now, they moved the ball well, but still, it was way too much room on some of these open threes. Like it was crazy. So that was the thing. Third quarter, they were sluggish again. They trading baskets again. We always say, when we string possessions together, that's when we go on these runs. When we get stop, score, pace, transition offense, off your defense. Like, all that stuff stopped in the third quarter. It was bad. They went on an 8-0 run in 90 seconds, boss, to start the third quarter. 8-0 run in 90 seconds out the gate to start the third quarter. Just not coming ready. Just not coming to the party ready. Just like the first quarter. 23-0 run to start the second half, guys. 23-0 run to start the second half. The biggest run for the Cavs in the playoffs in 28 years. 29 years. Since 97. Since 97. 30 years. That can't happen to you if you are trying to be one of the best defensive teams in the league, especially if it happens in the playoffs. Absolutely cannot happen. It can't happen. The Pistons gave up 38 points in that third quarter. That's the game.
Yeah.
That's the game. Literally. Like, that can't happen. That can't happen. It wasn't like they were just hitting tough shot after tough shot after tough. No, they were just getting easy looks. And we couldn't stop them from scoring. We couldn't stop turning the ball over. And once again, we're stuck in the half court where we're not great. We're missing shots. And they're running the offense all of it. And it was just a repeat. It was just a repeat over, wash, rinse, repeat over and over and over again. Just annoying. Just not playing up to par. Not playing up to status. Not playing up to standard. The whistle didn't lose us this game. The Pistons lost this game for themselves.
Agreed.
Straight up.
Agreed. And again, you can put that argument that the whistle killed our physicality. But like you said, this is what I said at the beginning too. The whistle has been something that has never favored. It didn't favor us. We were shocked, guys, when we had more free throws than other teams all season, regular season. In the playoffs, we've gotten them more. Cade's got to the line a lot as well, but in the regular season, this is a theme, and we were still able to win 60 games off of it. So it can't just be that. You can explain some things, but we've seen our guys, we talked about it, I think last game or maybe the game before, where I don't know if it was Wu or maybe Jenkins got a foul right away and just immediately went back to guarding how he guards, because you're gonna play the way you play. You can't control when the refs give the whistle, but they're gonna make it easy on them if you're just standing around and all of a sudden you swipe down. Yeah. Or all of a sudden, and you're gonna make it easy on them. Or if you're not moving the ball, if you're turning the ball over, if you're not getting, so like you said, it was a factor. It contributed to other things, but we've played through it before. So, and again, it's kind of incredible. A lot of it was a little run that we had at the end there with some of our guys, young guys that brought energy, Sass, Ron, B-Ball.
Too little, too late.
But exactly, a little too late. But it is, again, it's just you are this 6 of those turnover points.
Yeah.
And it's a different story, So.
Yeah. Ross says, our youngins were just not locked in. Cade, Duren, Ausar, Stu, Jenkins were liabilities in this game. Lack of leadership, communication, accountability. Yeah. It just wasn't there. Our vets were the ones, we got to get to it. Our vets were the ones that kept us in this game, especially early. This game could have really got away early in the first quarter. When we were down, we had guys step up and really keep us in this game after that. We're going to get to those guys. But but a lot of time it's been kind of the reverse, where our core guys play well and we don't get a lot from our bench at times. Tonight it was the opposite. So I agree with you there for sure. So that's my take, boss. We can get to some box scores and stuff like that, but I was very, very disappointed with the effort.
Yeah.
The effort and the inconsistency and just urgency. No urgency at all. Didn't have it.
I took notes. You were at the thing. I have positive things for Cade, Tobias, a ton of notes for LeVert, a ton of notes for B-ball. Everyone else maybe has 1 note or 2 notes.
Okay.
Or I have none because it's like
We'll get to it.
Do anything.
Yeah, I know. Right. Let's get to it then. Let's talk about it. Let's get some box scores, guys. And let's start with Cade. Tonight, guys, in this game, Cade finished with 19 points on 7 for 16 shooting, 2 of 5 from 3, 3 from the free throw line, 3 boards, 6 assists, 5 turnovers, 1 steal in 39 minutes. Take off.
All right. Well, I was actually, when I looked at the box score, just real quick to start the pod, I was a little bit surprised that he shot 44%. I was expecting closer to like 35. It's what it felt like. So I guess a positive. He hit a 3 right away he had the first 5 points for us, I believe. Maybe not the first 5, but he hit the 3 to get the game going. Mm-hmm. He had a midi late in the first to help maintain the lead. This was after our comeback. Big and one in the second, a great fadeaway to increase the lead, hit his free throws at the end of the quarter. Like in the first half, he did a good job. I think he wasn't spectacular basketball, Cade basketball, but he did a great job of like stepping up and keeping us in it in the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of happened a little bit in the fourth to keep it, not getting it, not the Cavs not going up by over 20 to keep it in that 15 point range. But then at that point we were just answering buckets, which we can't do. And I mean, I've told you guys from the start, when we get up, the last 2 games, the Cavs have taken the lead first. It's benefited us at the home games, and we got up by double digits because the Cavs go on runs, and we go on runs too. But it's benefited us getting ahead earlier because we have that cushion for things like Donovan Mitchell scoring 36 points and a half. But other than that, like you said, Cade just looked a little bit slow. He registered.
I thought he was
he registered a steal, 6 assists to still lead the team. God, our ball movement was awful.
That's the thing, though.
The second half, though, like I know that it was a bad start for the first. The way we ended the first half, we've been coming out of timeouts and halves very well. Mm-hmm. His turnovers shot up to 5, and there were bad ones.
Exactly. It was 5-1.
He had that one in the fourth, that JD one. There was more on JD. But there was just some bad ones early, and then it just kind of the momentum was completely taken out. I just feel like for a lot of these guys, especially Caden, I don't have any second half notes for Cade or Tobias. So what that tells me is that they had good enough first to have us lead, and then nothing in the second half practically. Yep. And when nobody else was able to step up either, it's like they were just getting by and then lost all their gas in the second half or something. And that's what led to it. It was pretty yikes. So
I thought Cade was really good in the first half.
Yeah.
To be honest, it was quiet. It was quiet. Right. It was just very within the flow of the game. He wasn't very loud with what he was doing, which is fine. Right? We had the lead. Yeah, one in the first half. He had 5 assists. So that means in the second half he had 1 assist and 4 turnovers. Mm-hmm. That's not good. That's not gonna get it done. So once again, the sloppy play, coming out the gate sluggish, too casual, just with this passing, just sloppy passes. It's been a problem all series now with him. Is when it comes to
that's not bad.
He's forcing too many passes. He's trying to force it into space that's not there. We talked about this last game. We talked about how they don't have a lot of girth with their front court with Allen and Mobley, but they have a lot of length. They're long. So a lot of passes that Cade is used to getting through are getting deflected, getting a hand or a finger on it. And it's a turn. Yes, I thought I would have saw a different, because it was a lot of shots he passed up trying to make an extra pass that just wasn't there. They're very handsy in the paint. They're good. They're good at that. Mobley's good at that. Allen's good at that. So you got to be aware. Too many times he get penetration, get to the rim, and try to drop off to a pass. It's not there, bro. It's not there. So that was worrisome for me. For him, it was tough, man. Like he had some nice passes, but it just wasn't consistent enough. We gotta talk about the rotations.
Yeah.
Because Richard, the defense wasn't there, bro. Like his rotations were not good. Like that's one thing he has to work on. He has to work on his off ball defense, because sometimes he gets caught ball watching and he gets caught for back doors and things like that, flex screen and stuff like that. So he has to watch that. But the rotations tonight, I would see him getting out late to James Harden, getting out late.
Yes,
to
James
Stewart.
Harden. It was taking me off. Because he was hitting threes because he literally had time to turn and set his feet. I
Yeah.
never seen it like usually, James Harden's the opposite of a catch and shoot. So you see him set his feet like he's in practice, in shooting practice. I'm like, guys. Anyways, that no matter who was on him, I was like, that's why he was hot from threes, because you guys gave him literally
ton of space.
Yeah, no contest.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I was frustrated. Like, that's the biggest thing. I always say you can tell how Cade's feeling when you see how he's defending.
Exactly.
I thought in the first half he was much better in the first half. He was closing out. Even sometimes he would close too hard. He would still recover and get back in front, moving his feet, putting guys in jail in the corner, in the baseline. So it's like second half, it just wasn't there.
Yeah.
I don't care about the offense. The defense for me is where it starts. It just wasn't there. And that's what's frustrating. I don't know if he's tired or what. 39 minutes, it's not a ton. It's not like he's playing 45. So it's like, what's up? What's going on? It just didn't look like him at all in the second half. Just too lackadaisical, just too casual. I don't like that. I don't like that. So it's just one game. But if you're not bringing it defensively, I don't really care about what's going on anywhere else.
Right.
Because when you play defense, it just helps the offense. So
agreed.
For me, that's the biggest thing. I'm disappointed tonight in how he played. I didn't like how he played in this game at all. I really didn't. Like, he did some good things, but overall, aside from how many points he scored or his field goal percentage, defensively, he didn't help this team set the tone long enough for them to get a dub. He just didn't.
Right. And I think, like you said, you can tell how Cade's feeling if he's playing, good two-way basketball, and tonight he was not.
Yeah.
And we won 5 games in a row. Now we've lost 2 in a row. I said at the beginning, so that would be pretty good in the regular season. Pretty great for a run in the playoffs, obviously. To win 5 in a row to get through 2 series is really good. I was expecting, our guys to have off nights. It's a lot. Playoff basketball's a lot. I think what killed us is that, again, the guys that have been so steady, Cade, Tobias, Ausar, all had an off night on the same night. And then again, that messes with your whole team's rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
So
for sure.
That's
all I got for Cade, though, man.
Right. When we're saying that as a criticism of this, but it's also to, look ahead. There's more basketball to play. And again, we were down worse in the first series. And again, to go up 2-0 and to have this cushion. Now that cushion's gone, but that's why there was a cushion. So
yeah. So now it's 3-game series. But we're gonna need Cade to bring it on both sides. If the Pistons want to win the series, which I think he will, and I think they should. But just tonight was very disappointing. It was. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It was. All right, boss. Let's go to Duncan Robinson in this game. It wasn't just Cade either, guys. Like a lot of guys, especially in that starting unit, I felt just didn't really do enough. He had 4 points tonight, 2 shots. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. 2 shots, boss. 2 shots. And to be fair, he has played well in this series. This was a bad game for him.
And I will say real quick, his first shot was definitely a foul by Harden. Harden ripped his arm down. So, I mean, I'm just saying I don't think it's necessarily dunk. It is. The Cavs definitely shut him down. We should look to get him open more. But again, we talked about it. Sorry, I'll let you finish the stat line, but we talked about it like close to 30 minutes. I understand that JB wants him to get hot because he's been so hot from 3 and reliable. But if you're not getting the shots, then something else. And this is when we miss guys like Huerter, for sure.
We're going to talk about him too. Yeah, like we always say, if you play 30 minutes and you got 4 points, what else are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't really do anything else. Defensively, he wasn't that good. Once again, getting hunted out, couldn't stop anybody. Cardio night. You can't play that many minutes and give us 4 points and take 2 shots when you're the only sniper in the starting group, bro. Like, that just can't happen. We always say, I want to see between 8 and 10 threes.
Right.
2 shots. Like, it wasn't like he just took 2 threes. He just took 2 shots.
2 shots, yeah.
That's it. Like, that's not nearly enough. So, yeah, definitely a bad game from him. No other way to put it. I thought in the beginning he was aggressive, trying to put the ball on the floor, but that didn't last long at all.
Right.
He didn't give us anything.
He had great off-ball movement. He helped move the ball early. I thought that he was doing good there. But, again, they really just shut him down. And we weren't able to get the ball to him. But I don't know, again, if that's just more – I had to rewatch because I truly was a little bit shocked. I knew that he wasn't producing because I saw his stat line. But for only 2 shots, he did hit his second one. It was a big 3 in the third to help try to trim that lead down, make it more manageable. Towards the end, again, after Caris and B-Ball were the only ones to score in that quarter. But Duncan is someone that moves a lot, so I had to go back and rewatch and see if it was just us running different plays, us trying to get guys in the paint going. Was the ball not moving? Was it the turnovers? Like, why couldn't we get Duncan the ball more? And why couldn't we help him with screens to get him his shots too?
I'm just saying it's his fault. Like, whatever the scheme is or schematically, whatever. All I know is he can't play 30 minutes and take 2 shots.
Agreed.
However that looks, like I'm not even refuting you. I'm just saying in general, like,
especially with 4
you just
fouls.
can't have it. Yeah, especially if you're not able to defend and stop anybody on the other side. If you're a mismatch on the other side and you're not helping us at all on the offensive end, if you're at least not being a trade-off, you just can't play that much. That's why I think a guy like Huerter was, like I've said before, could be very important in the series if he was available. Unfortunately, he's still not. Hopefully, his next game, he's questionable tonight. Yeah. But he will be a huge difference, I think, in the series if he's able to get healthy as soon as next game. Even though he hasn't played, I still think he could come in and do a lot of things we need for sure.
Agreed. That's what I would look forward to most too, because he was questionable tonight, upgraded from doubtful from even yesterday. So I kind of hope that he's feeling on the up and up, and they just we're just hopefully it was just like one more day of rest. We don't need it yet, and now it's like, okay, come on, So
as Amber said, he made it for his lack of shooting by getting beat on defense.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, I don't have a lot on Duncan, boss. I just stinker of a game. Not aggressive enough, not enough opportunities, whether he was getting blanketed or not. If he's getting blanketed and he's not effective, take him off the floor. Take him off the floor. Find more minutes for somebody else. Ron Holland, for example, who didn't play until the very end of the game, right?
Right.
And that was what was frustrating
he
too.
Earlier.
He didn't Ron played he played 8 minutes.
Yeah, he was in the first. Remember, he shot that 3.
Yeah, he did. He took 1 shot. He didn't hit it.
Those aren't the shots for him either. If you want Ron to get involved offensively, yes, he can hit 3s, but not cold off the bench when you haven't played him consistent minutes.
When you haven't played.
Run him his stuff. Get him confident. Yeah. So, yes.
Yeah. Oh, Duncan. All right, guys, let's keep going. Let's go to Ausar in this game. He had the same amount of points as Duncan in this game. 4 points, 2 of 3 shots. So 2 of our starters combined took 5 shots. It's not gonna get it done.
Gross.
4 boards, 1 assist, 4 turnovers, 1 steal. He only played 19 minutes, so coach realized it. Right? That's why we saw guys like Caris getting more time.
Yes.
But not a great game from Ausar either. What'd you see from Ausar tonight, boss?
Yeah, a lot of people were questioning why Ausar wasn't in late against Harden, against Mitchell. I do want to say, even though I would like to see him in a little bit later, I think, again, he looked bad out there. He looked bad out there. And even though he could, make up for it on defense, he also, guys, he rolled his ankle. He was limping for a bit. I think right in the third. I feel like it was right out of halftime.
And he got pushed off.
I don't necessarily. I hope it's not. Yeah, I hope it's not a. I hope it's nothing serious. But it's the way he was playing, plus his foul trouble, plus the injury.
Yeah.
There's gonna be and the way LeVert's playing, he's gonna be the main guy. LeVert did great on both ends, so I think it's just that too. Again, I'll be like, "Where's Ausar's minutes? Where's Ausar's minutes?" I didn't crave his minutes after the first half he had, and then again the turnovers, and I think just that injury of just like just call it. So
yeah, I don't know, like he looked very hesitant offensively. He just looked very hesitant. Like, it's tough, man. Like, it's tough when
he's doing so good at not being. He's been doing so good at being intentional.
Yeah, it was so many times he just passed. He's just very indecisive with the basketball. He's not even looking at the rim, boss. Like, he's not even really looking to score. It just looks like he doesn't want to shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I don't know what the severity of that is. Even before that, Mike.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like before that, it was tough.
Like just the approach to the game for him wasn't there.
Right.
He wasn't looking at the rim. So, And they know that. They see that. It's 4-on-5. And that's what makes it tough. It's because we have guys in our starting group who aren't multi-dimensional.
Right.
Multifaceted, boss.
Yeah, multifaceted.
We got, we're a defensive-minded team, but we have guys in our lineup who are either great defenders or really good half-court scorers or really good shooters, but not a lot of guys who are two-way guys yet. That's why this roster isn't complete yet. We see that, right? So it's just tough when you got Duncan, who is relegated to taking 2 shots and not playing great defense, and then you got Ausar, who's a good defender but not leaving looking at the rim. It's just like at some point you got to pick your poison. Are you going to go offense for defense? I mean, obviously I'm going for defense. Obviously for me, I would rather have more defenders in this kind of a game. This is the second straight game Donovan Mitchell's had 35 plus points. You know what I mean? So like, I'm always of the idea of lead with the defense and let the offense work itself out, aka defense to offense. Get stopped first, not trading buckets, not lineups with Duncan and Tobias and a bunch of guys who aren't great defenders for long periods of time. You can't have it. You can't have it. We saw Duncan getting hunted out. We saw Tobias getting hunted out. But as far as Ausar, he doesn't get hunted out, but he doesn't give you much offensively either in games like this where he's not even looking to score. So it's just like it's a trade-off that for JB, I will give him that much. It's hard because you got to pick your poison. You're going to go offense, Tobias, cool, but they're hunting him out. You want to go Ausar defense, cool, but you're playing 4-on-5. So it's like it's not a complete roster. So though JB does have his faults, right, rotations and stuff like that, he is also working with what he has available. And sometimes it's tough to get back into a game when you got to get stops and scores and stops, because they were either trading buckets or they were trading stops. It was one or the other. So,
well, I mean, how I said about the refs early, Ausar got into foul trouble early, and early on he was getting ripped down. He was going up for rebounds, and his arms were getting ripped. He was at the refs. He was getting frustrated. I think he was a little bit in his head. So that's just an example of how the refs can influence momentum. Because again, I don't want these guys to feel that way. But if you're trying to defend on one end and you're getting ticky-tack calls and you're getting absolutely beat up on the other end, and they're not calling it, it's gonna mess with you. So I just think that it affected him a lot, which again, it shouldn't. We don't want it to, but I do think that affected him. This again, the early foul trouble. I saw him get grabbed early, and I'm yelling at my TV, foul, and then he's at the refs like, what? Because Ausar too, on offense, especially whether he was going up for an offensive board, but even if it drives, he doesn't seek to complain. I think seeing his complaining early, I think he was just really frustrated with how the vibes of the game were going, and then trying not to make those mistakes by giving the ball up because he thought that he couldn't finish through contact and he wouldn't get the whistle. So let me try to get the ball away, but then it turns into a turnover, and then trying to get back, and he's like, oh, now they're letting us be aggressive, so let me be aggressive. Oh, there's another whistle on me. So like little things, I think.
You got to work through that though, bro.
Exactly. Agree. 100% agree. I'm just saying, I think that's.
No, it could have been the case, but for him, he's got to work through that. Like, I'm not trying to hear that, bro. Like from him, like nah, bro. Like, stay aggressive. I don't care.
Right.
You're not getting the whistle now. Don't just concede. You're not going to get it the rest of the game. Like, make them call it. Like, stay aggressive, bro. Like, he just kind of went away from any aggression. He just was always looking to pass the ball, and they were just sagging off him. He had a few shots that were open in the corner. He didn't take it. I understand why. He's not a good shooter, but that makes it a lot easier to defend.
Yeah.
Especially when you're not looking at the rim. Like, you can't just look to make a pass, which he has been great with his facilitating before tonight's game. When 1 assist and 4 turnovers tonight is terrible. Before that, he was doing well. 4-1, 5-1, 5-0, right? But still, you got to look to score too. You're too athletic. You got way too much athleticism, bro, to not even be drawing fouls.
Right.
I don't care if you stubbornly just bullying your way to or trying to get to the rim. You have to at least make yourself a threat. You got to at least make them account for you, bro. Otherwise, those teams are going to come a lot more frequently, right? And that's what happens. So it's just like, it's hard for him. He's a great defender, and I think he should still get a lot of minutes in the series because of Donovan Mitchell and James Harden and Schroeder and those guys. But he has to be more aggressive looking to score the basketball, bro. He has to. 8 points between the two of our starters is not going to get it done. It's just not. And especially in the game when he doesn't have a huge impact defensively. He had 1 stop tonight.
Right.
1
Tough.
steal. That's it. So a few
Yeah.
of our, not just Duncan, a few of our guys didn't give us much on either end.
Yep. Agreed. Well, that's again, and I'm kind of looking at Cleveland again. Donovan Mitchell popped off for 43. That's crazy. James Harden ended with 24. And then they had Mobley at 17, and everyone else was under single digits. And that's been how it's gone. It's gone Mitchell and Harden as their lead scorers, and then one of the bigs, Mobley or Allen, does something, and everyone else is pretty chill and normal. Our bench popped off. And again, I think it's just like they figured out how to stop our starters. And then by the time, our bench guys were in, like, I don't know. I think that, again, that would be my adjustment, is to throw more. They only played a 9-man lineup. And tonight we played consistently a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 6 guys. So we had 11 man, and then Sass had 3 minutes.
Mhm.
So almost 12 man. If you have more than 5 minutes, I counted them, but and they only had 9. And I think that works. The thing is just that, again, not having Duncan Robinson on the court for 30 minutes if he's not scoring, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Having Wu in for even that, because Wu hasn't been
6
hitting from
minutes.
3. But if you give him 2 shots, he might.
Right.
Duncan only had 2 shots. So.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And if they're going to take the same amount of shots, Wu's going to be more impactful on both sides.
Yes.
So
these, but the way JB's adjustments have gone since game 6 of the Magic, I would say.
Yeah.
I think he's caught on to that.
Yeah.
So this is just one of those games where, again, I like some of the inside adjustments, like keeping Caris and B-Ball active out there once they prove themselves, or not just taking them out, and going back to your main rotation. And then it's also just in a game of, these are the adjustments we have to make to win. And I think that they're obvious. So
yeah. And he says defense won't guard. Well, okay, fine. Because I like him taking open shots. I like him taking open threes. He can knock those down. And once again, more importantly, defensively, he can help us more so get out and run, which is who I've said it to exhaustion, guys. That's when the Pistons are at their best. They had 12 fast break points. You're not going to win that way.
Right.
Isaiah Stewart. Savage Wu can help you get out and run. He can create steals. He can get blocks. He can give you some pace.
And we'll get to him, but in those 5 minutes, he did have 2 fouls. One of them was just Harden or Mitchell running him over.
Yeah.
And
again, that was crazy.
Nuts. But so maybe that's just why too. And then again, his position was kind of filled. Like Ron did get some minutes, and then Caris. But again, still, he could have had more second opportunity, things like that. But
yeah. So we'll get to him. Boss, let's go to Tobias Harris. 16 points on 6 for 17 shooting, 2 of 5 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 8 boards, 5 assists, and no turnovers. That's a great sign for him. That's good stuff from Tobias Harris. 5 assists, no turnovers, and 8 boards. That's great. That's all solid. And 3 stocks. He was one of the better players tonight in this game.
He had a fantastic first half, and then went cold in the second, which is tough because, again, when you've been carrying this team, not only through the series, the wins, but the losses, when you've been carrying this team, you should be allowed to have a bad half, and people help. People pick it up for you. So the fact that out of all the games, Tobias Harris has had 1 bad half, that it stinks. And and that's where his shot diet got a little bit worse. Within the second, he was trying to get us going. He missed. Again, he was a big part of a lot of those shots came in that 22-0 run that the Cavs had, 23-01, whatever it was.
23.
So he couldn't get hot there. And then, again, but I feel like we need to stretch or something. This is such a hard one to talk about, guys, because it's it's just a lot of negative, especially from the starting unit. But I will, in the first half, he had his pull-ups and mid-range were just dropping. It felt like 100%. I think he was 4 for 4 at one point. He was hitting his threes too.
Early. Yep.
Yeah, hit his threes in the first, his threes in the second. He had a step through for an important floater in the second. He chased.
I know.
Again, with JD too. Tobias Harris chased down 2 offensive boards on the same possession time. Yep. He chased them down. I watched JD at the end of the game jog and barely tip it off of Mobley to maintain the ball. Mobley's sprinting. Anyways,
Yep.
this is Unk we're talking about. Unk.
Yep.
Chase
I agree.
was doing what he could, and he was the big reason why we were like, it was Caris. Caris was just great throughout, but I would say it was Caris and Tobias and Cade first half.
Yep.
And then it was
exactly
a Caris
right.
and B-ball second half.
Exactly right.
But Tobias, shooters go cold at times, and for what he's delivered, I would give him a half.
Yeah,
I'd give him a
fine.
half off, because he should have teammates that can step up in that absence to still finish with. He had the most boards with 8.
Yeah.
JD didn't even make the top.
We'll get to it. We'll get to him. I know. We'll get to JD. Hold off.
I know, but I'm just like, I just want to say 8, and then the next is 4, which a couple people had. So, and anyways, nuts. 5 assists as well, second most to Cade. 2 steals and a block. Are you kidding?
3 stocks. Right.
So, you know what, guys? He can have a bad shooting half.
Yep. Exactly. We were not even in this round if not for Tobias Harris.
No. And he truly did nothing wrong, except his shot wasn't as reliable as it's been for 2-3 weeks now.
Yeah.
In the second half, in one half. Otherwise, like you said, no turnovers, only 1 foul.
Yep.
8 boards, assisting, still putting up double digits.
Yep.
Yeah. Tobias
still trying to lead this team.
Now, right.
Yeah. Yeah. He tried to yam on Jared Allen too.
Oh my God. And he got fouled,
right?
That was
crazy. He got
they
didn't call it.
Stu
got the putback. Yeah.
Yeah. So it didn't hurt his back.
But the approach though. I like the approach.
Yes.
I like the aggression that he had.
Yes.
He looked like a vet. He looked like, he like you mentioned, it was a couple guys that really kept this thing from getting really ugly early, and he was one of them. Like, he was a big part of he was the offense early in this game. So yeah, he's allowed to have a bad shooting half. He's been probably the most consistent player in the playoffs for us this year, Tobias Harris. So I'm not going to trip on him. It's tough for him because he's not great at staying in front either. But this may have been his worst, not even his worst game. He was the only thing that he didn't do well was shoot the ball. He did everything else well.
In the second half.
6 or 17 for the game. So, like I said, he's been consistent. All guys have bad games at some point in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And for what he's been asked to do, when he shouldn't be asked to do as much as he's doing, because other guys should be stepping up, he's allowed to have a bad shooting half. I'm not tripping on Tobias Harris at all in this game.
Right.
At all. So that's frustrating, man. I'm annoyed. I'm very annoyed with this. I'm looking at all these performances. It's like it ain't getting no better from guy to guy. It's getting kind of worse.
It was I mean, and I'm looking at this because also, Chris brings this up too. Sorry, I just had it. He had all of his you read it. He had all of his rebounds in the first half. Because I'm looking at that too, and there's a lot, like we said, Cade, good first half, Tobias, good first half.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, for as bad as the first half was, in our opinions, even though we came out with the lead, the second half,
that's disappointing.
Yikes.
Part. They just let go of the rope.
It just sinks it in even more how bad that was.
Yeah, it doesn't even seem. It looked weird. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It looked weird. I'm not gonna say what it was or what it wasn't or script or not. I just know it just looked weird. It didn't look. It did. When you've been watching basketball as long as I've been watching it, and Bos has been watching it, you can tell when it just like, what's up, y'all? What's really going on?
Right.
That's kind of how I felt, without getting too deep into it. Just that was the feeling that I had watching it. Just literally, just eyeballs, just like, huh? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing right now?
Yeah. Go ahead. Did they tell you not to care? Like, did they tell you at halftime? Did they come in and be like, "Hey, the Eastern Conference finals can't start till Sunday, so we need to fill these days with basketball. So you guys are gonna have to lay off."
That and not saying that's what we think it is. That's just how it looked.
I told them that was a conspiracy, right? And again, not an excuse for how we played. We played so bad that you're just like, especially after the streak of wins and how we have been playing, and even on Saturday where there were positives, we've had this like when you see it, you're just like, you guys played so bad that like we literally are considering that you were cloned. This isn't you.
Yeah.
These are puppets.
Yeah. Just didn't
So,
seem like
AI.
them. Right. For sure. AI, bro. Yeah. So Tobias is I'm chilling Tobias. I'm chilling him this game completely. Boss, let's go to the elephant in the room again. Jalen Duren. All right. I'm gonna try to be as objective as I can with JD, but I'm gonna be very honest. And we'll go through the numbers and I'll let you go first. Tonight, guys, he finished with 8 points, 4 for 8 from the field, 2 boards, two boards. I'm reading this for the first time.
I heard it. I'm just trying not to it's
No. I'm last game I saw Duncan has 6 stocks, and I'm like, wait a minute, whoa, it's gotta be a typo. So now I'm like, because he had 6 stocks last game, Duncan Robinson. JD had 2 boards, 4 turnovers, 3 stocks in 27 minutes, boss. You can go first.
I thought that the worst he could do happened. This was the worst game. I don't care about his 2 stocks because I don't even remember them.
Yeah.
Even he was at least putting up 8 and 9 in the bad games before. I had no notes for him, so I just wrote what the F. Like
what? Yeah.
Going through my notes, rereading them, I was like, wow, I have nothing under Duren. Nothing.
Okay. So I can go if you want.
No,
go ahead.
Real quick.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Take your time.
Yeah.
Take your time.
I just think it was just terrible. I mean, when he was on the floor, he sucked. And again, I said at the beginning too, it's like, I don't know if it was JD leaving the floor or Caris coming in with the second unit that was the difference. Was it JD being off the court that made us go in front, or was it Caris being on the court that made us go in front? Or was it both? Because it felt like anytime JD was on the court, we were down bad. And the Butterfingers, man, how many turnovers? 4 turnovers early. Yeah. And a couple of them were on dribblings. A couple of them were just not getting passes. He allowed them to get offensive boards, second chances, wasn't boxing out. The fouls, again, it looked like he was, is he taking, like, did he eat a mushroom? Like, oh, wow, he's out of it again, he's out of it. And he was back in it for the first 2 games of the series.
Yeah.
But again, it looks like you could wave your hand in front of your face and he just wouldn't do anything. Like, are you comatose, my guy? Again, towards the end when we're trying to make a run to come back, he sees a board. He's just like, I'll just jog. And Evan Mobley's over here sprinting. Then he picks it up. And the 2 rebounds is just disgusting. And again, just to show you, just to put emphasis on how much his head was not in the game, was Cade went up for a shot. It looked like, a shot. But instead of Duren was just still jogging up, wide open lane to a dunk, wide open.
He wasn't even looking at the ball. You can't roll and not be looking for the ball.
Him wide open. I don't care if you saw Cade pull up, but the thing is, like, it's different if, like, you see him pull up and then you're boxing someone out, so you're waiting for the board. But he was still jogging down by the time Cade was in his shooting form to throw that. And I don't know what it is. Like, I'm just like, I think it was Eric or maybe it was you. I was watching both of you guys just switching back and forth. But someone said, like, coach has got to talk to him. I think his teammates have been supportive. Yeah, be supportive, but get in his face.
Yeah. The way he got in Ausar's face for not helping her earlier this year.
If you're a good friend to me, you're not just agreeing with me. You're not a yes man. You're not telling me everything's going good. You'd be like, no, Sarah, like, if I tell you my problem, just like, yeah, that sucks. I'd be like, no, this is actually your fault. You need to fix it.
Yeah. Tough love.
Tough love is what it sounds like. Because, like, we talked about, I don't know if it was early in the show or before, but, like, JD, we talked about a little bit with Mark's comment earlier. I think that JD has so much potential. I'm not going to completely grade his entire career. I'm not going to grade his regular season on his first real playoff run. Every players struggle in the playoffs some years and they get better. He's still young. All this is not to his career. Mm-hmm. This is not towards even this series. But this game was awful. It was awful.
Yeah.
It was so bad. Like, your B-ball Paul came in and got what you had in like 5 minutes, which has been a trend. Thank God they kept B-ball in. I don't understand why Stu didn't come back instead of Duren for
I
B-ball.
thought Stu was solid this game. He just didn't play enough.
Yes, but I mean, and again, I'm like, I know I've been harsh on JD. I always like to back up, my stuff. Deuce is gonna be objective, but objectively, this was bad, and I'm tired of it. And for me, it's like, coach, 26 minutes is very low for JD, but coach, like, I don't, if he starts to like, again, adjustments have to be made on the fly. You still believe in your guy who was on the uptick before this game too. But like, when you got a guy like B-ball and you got Stu out there and you got a hungry Tolu Smith, who I think would die for some minutes on the court to prove himself, at least would grab boards for you.
Yeah.
JD does not deserve to play right now.
Yeah. And it's I've seen him dominate these two bigs.
Right. Yes.
He has a strength advantage on both of these guys. 2 boards is unacceptable. Unacceptable. It's not even about, for me, it's not even about, they figured him out, because that does happen. I think he has a ways to go as far as his growth. He's 22, as far as being able to be more versatile and things like that. But the energy, the effort wasn't there. Like, if he just plays hard, plays angry all game, he's a walking double-double, just without having a play drawn up for him. He's just too big and strong to be dealt with when he commits to it. But when you got Jared Allen putting you on your butt, bro, when you got Jared Allen getting you underneath the rim, defensively, where are you, bro? Like, that's the biggest thing for me. And was it yesterday? JB Bickerstaff was asked about JD's performances in the playoffs in this series, and JB said it's not about the points with JD. It's just about doing all the other things. Well, he ain't doing that either. It ain't like you can say, it ain't about the points. Oh, he had 8 points tonight. Fine. 2 boards.
Right. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah.
Where is it at everywhere else? It's not anywhere. We're not even really seeing it from him, any impact anywhere right now. He has no business being this big and strong and having 2 boards. None at all. 30 minutes and 2 rebounds, bro. Unacceptable. So, and he just wasn't locked into the game, like bouncing the ball off his foot in the beginning of the game. It's just like, once again, just careless turnovers, just not locked in, getting stuffed at the rim by Mobley, going up with one hand off one foot, even mistiming his jumps for offensive rebounds, jumping too soon and coming down and he can't, like, it's mental.
I swear.
It's mental. I don't know what's going on. It's not even like it's just Wendell Carter and Paolo because they're bigger and stronger. They can push him out of the paint. No, I've seen him dominate both of these guys by himself. Monster games by himself in the trees against these 2 guys because he's just bigger and stronger than both of them. So I don't want to hear anything else other than he's not giving enough effort, bro. I don't know what it is. If it's effort, execution, he doesn't understand the game plan, the scheme. It's too much. It's too over. I don't know what it is. But this is not Jalen Duren, bro. JD, I don't feel like we've seen one JD game all playoffs.
Absolutely.
I haven't seen one game. I'm like, that was a monster 2010 game with, major impact and fouling guys out because they can't keep him out of the paint. And he's dominating both ends of the floor. We haven't had that game at all yet.
We had a Caris LeVert game before we had a JD game.
And I love Jalen Duren, guys. Like, listen, I was the guy beginning of the year before the season started. Based off what I saw from him last year, his jump last year, I was the lone person out here saying that JD was going to be an all-star this year. I said that in the offseason, before the season even started, just based on what I saw from his growth last year. And he was. So I still am a JD supporter. I still think he's going to be a multi-time all-star in his league, one of the best bigs in his league. 4 or 5 years from now. He's 22. I think he set the bar really high for himself this season because of how big of a jump that he made. But he's just not living up to right now in the playoffs. So, like you said, it's not like his career is, we're not having silly conversations.
Right.
We're just saying, where is the aggression? Where is the player we saw in the regular season? Just being aggressive, just using your strengths, your size, your strength, your physicality to your advantage. Yes. Where is it? I don't think that should be anything. To me, I don't like, that's just him.
Right.
That's just him. And I can't even put on anything else. That's just what it is for me.
And to address this, y'all are too hard on him. Being too hard on him would be saying this in game 1 against the Magic. We have been tiptoeing around this, making excuses for him. This was a terrible game. And like we just said, JD supporters, we want you to step up. But it's not even like you're finding your shots and it's not, or you're not being aggressive. You're not even paying attention to your point guard on offense.
Right.
You're looking at the fans.
Right.
Like, it's not too hard on anybody. If you're literally rallying down there, get off the court.
Right.
And I think it's just building up because it's like, we know what he can do. We saw in the regular season. Clara, you said it earlier. Like we know you have that dog in you. Go get it.
Yeah.
Do it. We're waiting. And now you're harming your team because you're giving the ball over and you're not paying attention and you're not playing defense and you're mistiming your jumps and you're just jogging.
Yeah.
It's just like, and I want him to, and like you said too, with Coach's press conference. And look, I appreciate Coach because he's not going to talk and he's not going to say anything that could give any hints to locker room troubles. He's never going to speak badly of his players. Nope. Steve Kerr, great coach, hated the way he treated Jonathan Kuminga.
Facts. Mosley and Paolo.
Turned me off when I hear that. Embiid and Nick Nurse. No.
Right.
Well, I guess more Embiid and Morey, so that'll give him. But
yeah.
Still, if you're more on Morey, don't talk about your players this way. Mm-hmm. But anyways, so I think he's giving him as much benefit as he can. I think that was the nicest way to say, we know that there's more that he can do. So, but like you said, he to have that press conference and say he's doing other things, and for him to come out and just not do it.
Right. Like if he'd have came out and had 8 points, and 15 boards in 3 or 4 stocks, and was a post presence, and was getting them in foul trouble, and was protecting the rim, just having impact anywhere, because it's not all about scoring for anybody. Right. That's why if that was the case, when I look at Duncan Robinson and see 4 points, I would stop there instead of looking at the rest of the score sheet and seeing if he did anything else. We don't do that. It ain't just about scoring. So it's nice to hear JB say that, but it's disheartening to see JD go and do that right after. So it's just like, where are you? Where are you, bro?
A mess out there.
It was tough. It was tough, man.
I don't even know how he had 8 points, to be honest. The ball either slipped out.
But he would show flashes. Like he would catch in the paint, make a move, decisively go to the rim and finish, and then he's gone again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm talking. Y'all saw it.
He had controlling the microchip in his head. You're slacking off his controller. It's dying.
Man, yeah. So that was
scrimmage mode.
Yeah, like I have confidence in him that he can turn it around. It's just been a bad start for him in these playoffs, and it's not just one individual matchup. That's what tells me it's more about in his own head as opposed to the matchup, because this is a different matchup now. I thought he was going to have a huge series. This series, guys. Just based on what I've seen him do against these guys before. I've seen him manhandle and bully these guys, both of them. And to not even be giving you more than 2 boards, like he should never have a game where he has 2 rebounds. Ever.
Because I know you wanted to wait, but let me tell you how many people had. Let me tell you who had more rebounds than JD tonight.
Let's go to him. Let's just go to him now. Let's go to him now. On B-Wall Paul?
No, JD. No, I'm telling you, I'm going to list who had more rebounds than JD tonight.
Okay.
Tobias Harris, Ausar Thompson, Cade Cunningham, Caris LeVert, Daniss Jenkins, Isaiah Stewart, Ron Holland, B-Ball Paul. So no, it wasn't just B-Ball that had more rebounds than him. It was 8 players.
8
of
players.
11. 8.
Yeah, that can't happen. That's insane.
And Duncan, if Duncan had 1 more, he would have tied him. So
And you know what's crazy? I think was it last game or maybe last game. Last game, I think the only player who didn't have more boards than him in the starting lineup was Duncan Robinson. That was just last game. So he's trending in the wrong direction right now. That's not a good look at all. Devon said I had more boards than JD. Right? Yeah. I don't know, man. Like if we're gonna win this series, he can't do this again.
Like if you do anything,
he can't.
Board. If you do anything, board.
That's what I'm saying. Like just play big. If you play hard, you're a walking double-double. If you play hard, you can at least get 10 and 10. If you just play hard. Just play hard. Yeah. Just impose your will. Just be physical. You'll get fouled. You go to the line. You'll make free throws. You'll get your team extra possessions. Yeah, that's insane. That's the stat of the night, boss.
What's crazy is and Cleveland Cavaliers had 9 people play. So if we matched them, JD would have been last.
That's insane. This can't happen, man. It can't happen again. Oh, I love JD as a player. I love his potential. I love what he's shown us this season.
Yeah.
But even if they have made adjustments, you can't give us I just keep coming back to the rebounds, bro. That's the biggest thing. That's effort for me. That's effort. That's all it is. It's just effort or lack thereof. Yeah, boxing out. He wasn't boxing out. It's bad, man. It's bad. He can't do this again if we're gonna win the series. We need him. We need him in this series to play better. Exactly, Devon. You can win games by just out hustling other guys, just playing harder. And Mobley and Allen were routinely getting up the court before he did. He was trailing Boss over and over and over, jogging up the court, and where Tobias now has to come over and put a body on Allen because JD is slow getting back. And then when he does that, now they're getting offensive boards because Tobias can't box out Mobley Allen by himself.
Yeah.
And now it looks like it's Tobias' fault because he let them score, but Tobias is just covering for JD because he's behind the play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, it's a domino effect. He has to be better.
Whew.
It's no easy, simpler way to put it.
We've been waiting for him to do well, and he's been fine in the first 2 games in this series. To think that I was complaining about 8 and 9 games, and he gave us an 8 and 2 is
right. It's just going the wrong way. It's just going the wrong ways. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna harp on him tonight. He's been bad.
We got it all out. We got it all out, and guess what? There's another game. There's more games. There's more basketball to play. There's at least 2 more.
JD, I need you to step up, bro.
Yes.
I need you to step up, bro.
Detroit, we're gonna bring you lots of walk the talk.
Yeah, you gotta walk it.
Bring you all the games.
You gotta walk it. Yeah. So, okay, we'll leave it there, boss. On him. Let's get to some reserves, guys, and we'll call it tonight. Let's go to Paul Reed, boss, right away out the gate.
Oh my gosh,
Paul Reed. Let's just get right to it. Guys, Paul Reed tonight in this game, man, he finished with 15 points on 7 for 9 shooting, 1 of 2 from 3. His only black mark for his 2 missed free throws is the line. That rarely happens, but you still can't have it happen. 4 boards, 2 assists, 1 turnover, and a steal. 14 minutes, boss. It's like deja vu for me at this point with Paul Reed. But you can take off first.
I do appreciate, as much as we wanted to see Paul Reed earlier, we finished the half. Coach gave JD another chance. JD didn't live up to it. He brings in Paul Reed. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the right adjustment. He keeps Paul Reed in. The right adjustment. So, Coach made the right adjustment.
He did.
We came into the half up. JD didn't improve. He made it. Anyways. We've said it before, though, there is no reason why he shouldn't be in the rotation. Even if you're just rotating the 3 bigs. Rotate. Gives them, if whatever's going on with Stu, if he needs less time, great. B-ball Paul is here. Fine. Right. Rotate. Anyways, so only him and Caris scored in the third, except towards the end. I think Daniss got one and Duncan got that corner 3. But he immediately got, when he checked in the third, he immediately got on the floor for a loose ball. He didn't win it, but it contributed to the Cavs' shot clock violation.
Exactly. Effort.
So he got back, and then he got up to defend the shot, too. That was there.
Exactly.
So immediate impact. To end the scoring drought, guys, he said, I'm going to just take care of this myself. And he had a vicious dunk.
Yeah.
Insane. Ran all the way to the rim. Just got it.
Yep.
Man. And then, guys, he had a big three. If I'm the Cavs, I'm like, how do I defend this guy? Because Duren's not doing that.
Yeah.
Who's this guy? I mean, they better know B-Ball Paul. But
I'm sure they do now.
But
after last game,
he got our first 5 points. And again, him and Caris were just trading points. This was after the scoring drought. He got us out of it.
So real quick, they scored 23 straight, and B-Ball Paul said F this and scored 5 straight.
And I know we'll get to him too, but when the Cavs went on an 11-0 run in the first, Caris LeVert got us out of that scoring drought. So
exactly.
I was attacking the rim. He had great defense on Mobley on the perimeter, which led to a turnover, and then he had that reverse layup.
Yeah.
Those are just what I wrote down, and then I think I just stopped taking notes in the fourth because I was like, I can't do this. But he was just consistent. He missed some free throws, 2 in a row, but I'm gonna let it slide because he did everything else.
Kind of like Tobias. He didn't shoot well tonight, but he's been playing great. So
it's a bummer that we didn't get
perfect.
That was when we were trying to come back a little bit, get some momentum, but huge. He also had his 1 turnover, right? Only 1? Yeah, he has 1 turnover at the end of the game. Try to get it to Ron. It was when our bench unit was kind of when Kenny Atkinson had to take timeouts multiple times in a row because our bench unit was getting a little scary close. He had to bring back in his starters. And look, still mad at the game we had. But if I'm Mitchell and Harden, I'm mad that I'm in for the last minute of this game.
Yeah, got to come back in for sure.
Yeah, but again, that's why I think that our bench going forward should be the adjustment. Our bench guys. I don't know what it is about the Cavs if they just studied film, know how to slow us down. Again, our guys just not being in rhythm, our starters. But it feels like our starters they did struggle the most. Everyone on our bench had a plus, except for Paul Reed, who was -3. But again, I don't care. Everyone else had -12 or higher. It was all starters. The rest of the bench was positive. I know plus minus doesn't matter much, but it does go to show the theme of the game. So, I mean, he just was doing crazy things like 2 and a steal, 2 and 2 assists. 7 of 9 is just disgusting, B-ball. That's it. And they're not even at the rim.
I know. Some of them are, but it's not even like it's all just at the rim.
We're begging people to just finish their shots at the rim. But anyways, very proud of B-ball. I like him still as our secret. I don't want the Cavs to figure him out too much, but to go get these next 2 games, play him.
You have to.
You
can't take it. You can't take secrets with you. You only got 4 losses you can have. So yeah. You guys saw the short I made, the reel I made after last game when I said that I can't recall the last time he's had less points than minutes, which is crazy to say, but true. He had 11 points in 10 minutes last game. Yeah, 15 points in 14 minutes this game. So the streak continues. I still can't remember the last time Paul Reed has had less points than minutes, boss.
That's so true.
It's crazy. He's so efficient. 7 for 9 is crazy, like you said. But what I don't like is that once again, we still didn't see him until the third quarter.
Yeah.
He didn't play a minute in the first half last game and this game.
True. Agreed.
I don't understand why that's happening. I don't get it. What are you waiting for?
I just get it only because we were able to still pull out the lead and he's trying to get JD going. But I think if anything, especially this game, I agree with you. But I'm just coming off of where I could possibly think that mindset is coming from, of just again pushing your guys to do things in the tough moments to make them better overall through this playoff run.
But at this point, you gotta get dubs, bro.
Agreed.
Egos gotta be pushed aside. Feelings got to be pushed aside. If your feelings are hurt because somebody else is outplaying you and they're helping you contribute to wins, that's a you problem.
Yeah, I didn't say anything about feelings. I just think more coach. Again, it's something we saw during regular season too. Is just challenging, keeping guys in when people were complaining why isn't this rotation being out? Keeping them in to go get it done. No,
I understand it. I understand what you're saying, but you can win. You can lose 4 games in the regular season and your season ain't over. At this point. You lose 4 games, you're done. So it's I'm not saying you're saying that. I'm just saying at this point, you can't care about any of that stuff. I don't know if he does or not, But I feel like at this point, yeah, JD's been great for us in the regular season. Paul Reed's been great for us in the regular season and the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a lot less rope to roll with now. You got to go with who's going to help you win games. And we saw last game when Paul Reed went out. He helped us cut into the lead. He sat down and the lead ballooned again. And that's kind of where I'm at, Heisenberg. Yeah, like at this point,
exactly.
He needs to have a shorter leash. There's no reason after what Paul Reed did last game and what happened when he sat down that he only gets 14 minutes tonight. No reason for that. No reason for that. He hasn't. Every time he comes into the game, he's an impact player. He makes a difference. It wasn't the same as last game, but I think he still needs to play more because of how he's playing, leading with the defense, boss. Once again, he had twice as many boards as JD in half the minutes. 4 boards for him, 2 for JD. 14 minutes for him, 27 for JD. So at this point, you got to play this dude, bro. Like I don't understand why he's not playing. He has to play. If you want to win a series, if JD's going to keep giving you these kind of performances, he has to play, period. There's no other way to put it. Like I'm not sugarcoating this anymore. He has to play more. I'm not saying he should start. I don't know. But however you figure it out, he can't play anything less than 20 minutes the rest of the series.
Right.
Period.
And it, again, I think that JB, I don't think that JD got off to a better start this series, and I think that they were just hoping that continued up. But I do think, again, I agree with Heisenberg. Like this is proof that he needs to be on a shorter leash. Proof. Yeah. And if Stu can't do it for some reason, then B-Ball can. He's shown you time and time again that he can.
And honestly, I think both of them should play more, to be honest, because Stu and B-Ball Paul combined still played less minutes than JD. Both of them combined. They played 6 less minutes than JD combined. So once again, like 2 big lineup maybe. I've been saying I want to see more 2 big lineup, whether it's JD and Stu, Paul Reed and Stu, whoever. I just think those 2 guys need to play more. Stu needs to play more than 7 minutes, bro. Defensive Player of the Year candidate needs to play more than 7 minutes. All defensive NBA candidate needs to play more than 7 minutes, bro. Paul Reed needs to play more than 14 minutes. Like these guys, our bench as a whole needs to play more. Period.
Yeah, agreed.
All of these guys, the guys who are going to help us play to our style, who's going to play defense, who's going to play desperate, who's going to play with energy. Those are the guys. The lineup at the end of the game, you can argue the Cavs had their bench guys. And I don't care. I'm looking at how the Pistons were playing. They were playing desperate. They were playing gritty, scrappy, transition points. They were doing that. So across the board, our bench needs to play more. And I think Paul Reed needs to be at the very front of that line, period.
And I think, too, desperate isn't even – I mean, desperate's a good word, but it is more just like gritty and energized, excited. Some of these guys – look, Jamoke, if you're still in here, just smoke. I always mispronounce it. If you're in here, you brought up Sass. We got to see 3 minutes from Sass, the most we've been able to see, not just garbage time. He made some good plays. But like you said, that lineup, again, don't care if it's against the Cavs bench. Urgency. That's a huge urgency. That's a great word for it. But they came in and they got it done. Like they're playing with some kind of spirit that haven't even seen from JD for his minutes. Again, flashes. But some of the spirit, especially people like, oh, they're tired. Oh, it's gonna be a long series. Then play the other guys.
Yeah.
Play the other guys.
Yeah.
Because someone said earlier that the Cavs bench outplayed ours, not even a little bit tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. So, agreed. Agreed, bro.
I wish I could be in there and yell at them. I think I would be a great motivational speaker to them.
Yeah.
They don't care what I have to say, but if they did, I would get through to them.
Yeah, it's just disheartening. It's disheartening to not only see, guys who have been great this season just drop off as far as just their focus and playing to who they are, and at the same time seeing guys who have that and are bringing that not play.
Yeah, a couple of you guys
for me.
Brought this up.
I know this is not going to happen, but I'll actually start Paul. It would also tell us a lot about what JD is really made of. It would either light a fire in him or he'll pout. At this point, I'm open to whatever, bro.
That's probably, I'm open to it too, because I've liked, there's some guys I like off the bench, like Paul, like Ron, that come in and just give that spark and energy. But B-Ball could do it. We've seen him start for us. We've seen him do well. He could absolutely do it. And then you still
Ball
have
out.
Stu and you still have JD.
Yeah.
It could set a tone for sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate it. I don't see
I
it happening,
just
but I
20 to 25 minutes, whether he starts or not, he needs to play. He's been one of the best players in this series by far. And he's not playing. So I don't know.
I'm curious.
I don't know why he's not playing more, but he needs to.
The NBC announcers were giving JB's explanation for why he doesn't play Paul Reed when the team is ahead. I didn't buy the explanation. Someone else, the explanation was BS. Okay, can you guys, if it's
what was said,
sum it up, because we'll definitely talk about it.
Yeah, but that's the frustrating part for me. That's all I really have on Paul Reed, boss. It's just So if it's frustrating for us, it's got to be frustrating for him.
Yes,
it has to be. Because he's going out there like he has something to prove every single game. And he's proving it every single game. He's out playing. He's winning his matchup every time.
4 minutes, 14 minutes, gets it done.
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot believe that he came in off the bench when we were in a slump and just scored 5 points. Dunked it and hit a 3. That's confidence. And urgency, the word. Yeah. Some bench guys might come in and be like, I don't want to harm the team more. I just want to do my job. Not play ball, Paul. He saw Mobley. He matched Mobley at the top and said, sure.
Right.
And dunked him. Get around him, Mobley. Looked at him. Looked who was on him. It was Evan Mobley. And he said, okay, mismatch. I can't with him.
He said he plays Stu for defense. He plays Reed to get back into the game. I don't like that at all.
It's a little bit, again, like what I just said.
It's not like Paul Reed doesn't play defense.
Right, he's scrappy. He got the, And
in order to get back into the game, you have to be doing what? Playing defense.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. You play Stu for defense, plays Reed to get back into the game. You got to get back. You got to get stops to get back into the game.
Yeah.
So if he's getting you back into the game, that means he's playing defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. That makes no sense to me. If that was what was said, that don't even make sense, bro. Like I can't even get.
It's also just not I think trashing his guys, trying to give them all compliments to what they can do.
Could be, but I don't even care about the words. I just want to see the adjustments on court, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
PR of him.
I just want to see the adjustments on court.
Yeah,
that's all. So he may not be the defender Stu is, but he does have as much impact on the court as Stu on both sides of the ball because he brings it. He just brings it. He just brings it on both sides. And Stu is always bringing the effort. I think Paul Reed is a more well-rounded player on both sides of the ball, more skilled player on both sides of the ball. Stu's probably better defensively, but both of those guys are helping you because they're leading with their defense. They're leading with their effort. It's not about talent all the time.
Yeah,
it's about playing hard and playing your style. A lot of talented guys in the league who don't have nearly the impact as others because they don't bring it. They don't play as hard. They don't play with the urgency. That's where it starts. That's where it starts. So that's where it needs to change for this team if they want to win the series. Straight up. Yeah, he's not an emergency player. He's a starter on some teams. He can start on a lot of teams in this league. So he should be at least getting enough time off the bench.
Yeah.
And not waiting to the second half to be played.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to play from behind. We don't want to play. We saw what happened against the Magic, playing from behind all series other than Game 7.
Yeah.
We've seen that story already. There's too many reasons pointing to him playing for me.
Yeah. And I just want to say, Heisenberg, Spiral Trigger X, I see your guys' explanation too. Thanks for pulling through with that. But yeah, so we already talked about it, but it's all.
Yeah.
It's
got to be proactive and not reactive. You can't
Again, we've the getting off strong, on a strong foot, the proactiveness of our offense, getting ahead has been one of the keys to beating this team that can get hot. So
yeah. Yeah. P. Mac gives you exactly both sides. Two-way player. Heisenberg. Definitely got the best bag for sure. But he's not a cone defensively either. Like he's still a above average defender at least.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are you waiting to play that guy? Why is he an emergency player for you when you want to hit first and establish tone early in the game.
Mhm.
It don't make sense to me, man. It's frustrating. So we'll leave it there, guys. On Paul Reed, man. Go ahead.
I have to take a quick break to let my dogs out, and I will be right back.
All right. Okay. All right, guys. Let's keep pushing, man. Who you want to go to next, man? Oh, I know. Let's go to Caris LeVert, man. We got a few more guys. We're gonna try to get to these guys as quickly as possible, so we're not here all night. Caris LeVert, guys.
Wait, you can't talk about the next best player on the bench. I'll wait.
Well, you can't leave then. All right, come on. Yeah, stay here.
I know.
All right, guys, let's go Caris LeVert.
I told you. Okay, never mind.
Caris LeVert. 24 points.
Sorry, guys.
24 points. 10 of 16 shooting overall. 3 of 6 from 3. 1 from the line. 4 boards. 3 assists. No turnovers. 2 stocks in 31 minutes. The most I think he's gotten all year. And he delivered in great fashion. Boss, take off from what we saw from Caris.
Yeah. Hold on. Sorry, now my dogs are all riled. I thought you would go to one other person. But all right.
You didn't want me to go to Caris LeVert. How am I supposed to know?
Why would you go to the best player in the game without
I can't read your mind. I'm not going to know where you want me to go.
All right. Sure.
Go ahead.
Anyways. All right. So he was the first sub off the bench and immediately got a bucket. Well, first of all, too, I'm so mad that we wasted a LeVert. Like, I'm so mad, not wasted, but like after this show out, we deserve to win for him. It's like when Ron's gotten double doubles and we've lost those games, or when Ausar gets double doubles and we've lost those games. Like, LeVert out here doing everything and we lost is just a bummer. He was incredible. It's the best game he's had with us all season, regular or not. He looked very fluid. He was playing great. So again, first sub off the bench and immediately got a bucket. That was during that 11-0 run by the Cavs. There was one play, and I just wrote this down because I loved it. He was dribbling, and I know that he had the ball in his hands for a while. He went to that corner, but he called for screens, multiple screens. He called for Cade to screen. He called for Duren to screen, and he got Tobias, and he dribbled it under the basket and got Tobias in the corner for that 3. I mean, I just love the play call. I loved it. Because again, it was a little bit different. Like, he got out of his hands quick, even though he dribbled to the basket. He didn't get stuck in that corner. I know that's been kind of his, a little bit of a struggle for him. He hit that 3 and cut the lead from 11-3, our deficit from 11-3. Just played great defense. Another 3 to end the first. And then at the end of the first, on the last Cavs possession, he poked the ball away from Donovan Mitchell and just mean mugged him. I loved it. I was like, wow, this is awesome, Caris. He pulled up a 2. In a second, he pulled up he had to pull up, and then he stripped Mobley at the basket on the other end. Then he stripped Strus. Then he forced a Mitchell turnover. So, even though some of these aren't on here as stocks, like he had 1 steal, 1 block. Like, again, he was stripping guys, forcing Mitchell to turn it over. In the third, he had a big and 1. 10 of 16. You would never think that was a Caris LeVert stat line for us this season. He really just popped off. And I noticed in the live, like your brother mentioned it, that, he called playoff Caris. It's what they talked about coming into the playoffs, JB and him, saying that this is what he's here for. He just really stepped up. So it's just, again, a huge bummer that we weren't able to deliver for him. And get this win, because it was an incredible show out. And all I can hope is that it continues, that he's found some of his little niche, that he's playing well against his team. He's kind of turned into like Tobias does against his former teams as well. Just really popped off. So also, only 2 fouls, no turnovers is huge. There's only 3 assists. He had the ball in his hands a lot, played the most minutes off the bench. Yeah, he looked good. And again, like with Ausar and Ron too, Wu, like those are 4 guys that can play the same position. So Caris getting a lot of those minutes is maybe why we didn't see a lot of Wu or not see a lot of Ron until later. And why I didn't see Ausar at the end. Again, I think it has to do with his injury as well. But I kind of speechless. Like, I love what I saw from Caris. And if this can continue and our other guys can just do, get back to their normal selves and look more like Pistons basketball, then this is huge for us in the postseason. It's huge for Caris. It's huge for all the guys. And yeah, just so despite all the things I listed off too, just his third quarter show out with B-ball Paul and scoring.
Yeah.
Literally being the only guys that kept it manageable at 15. Like didn't let it didn't get into blowout territory. And they couldn't figure out how to slow him down. He was hitting from everywhere, at the rim, pull up. And so again, like his sporadic movements, I really like when they're working. Otherwise, they can, lead to turnovers, lead to dribbles off the foot, lead to some messiness, but it all looked very good. And he was finishing his layups. Yeah, he looked just phenomenal tonight. So
yeah. PD said, I was watching Kings live, and as soon as the first checked in, King goes, why is he the first off the bench? And then he immediately hit a three.
His defense. I get that too, but if I was in Kings live, I'd be like, he's played great defense, and I know he was the first one off the bench because we were down 11. And we need to slow them down. But anyways.
You look like Caris LeVert was Caris LeVert tonight. Caris LeVert. We always talk about how our bench are supposed to be guys that help us and don't hurt us. He looked like a veteran tonight. You mentioned that he and B-Ball Paul were the reason this game did not get away, especially in that first quarter. Richard actually said that he had a B-Ball Paul stretch in the second quarter where he just comes in and is just doing a ton of stuff in a short period of time. And I thought I had to write that down because that was very well said by Richard. If you're here, shout out to you for that. Best game of the season for Caris LeVert. And he accomplished that feat in the first half alone. He had 17 points in the first half. And I was like, man, when's the last time he had he said 17 points for a game?
Yeah.
Right, Frank, right? 24? This is the Caris LeVert I thought we were going to see when we first got him. This is why I said he was going to be more impactful than Duncan Robinson. Because I thought he was going to be doing this throughout the season. Not at this rate, but something close to this. I thought we'd get from him more times than not. It just didn't happen. But this was by far his best game of the year. By far. And you said it, he got it done in every which way, boss. He got it done offensively in transition, getting buckets, getting stops and scores like he did last game, picking poor Robin clean in the form of Dennis Schroeder, going for a dunk. Tonight, same thing. Creating steals, turnovers, getting out in the transition. Same thing in the half court. So in transition and in half court, slow pace and fast pace, he was getting it done. He was scoring the basketball. The net wasn't even moving on some of those shots. Like some of those shots, I'm like, that's not good. Dang, I felt wow. That you see him usually miss. He couldn't miss for a while. He had a heat check, and I'm like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah.
And he pulled it back. But I was cool with it because he was feeling it. But he had made his first 6 shots. He made his first 6 shots in this game. And I think he missed the next 4. So he had a great start. Great start, man. It was nice to see him have. It's so tragic that his best game of the year is wasted.
Yes.
In the playoffs. Because that hurt. That hurt, man. In the game when nobody could get it going, this was a game you would have liked to see him be able to get a belt. Because I don't think he's really had one yet this year. This should have been his belt game.
Yes,
sure.
So true.
This should have been his belt game, man. So he got it done every which way. And it wasn't just one half either. Second half, saying he just kept it going. And won in the second half. As soon as he came into the game, defensively, he was great on Donovan Mitchell. I know he had 40 in the second half. It wasn't Caris LeVert. It wasn't Caris LeVert. The way he was guarding him, second straight game now, he's guarded him well.
Oh, yeah, it's just Mitchell.
And once again, he knows him. He played with him in Cleveland as early as last year. Before he got traded to Atlanta, he was with Cleveland first. And the year before that, he was with Cleveland as well. So he knows Donovan Mitchell. He's familiar with him. He played off of him. He's played on so he knows how to guard him. You saw one play, he knocked the ball away and then plucked him on the same play a few seconds later. Literally just not locking him up, but containing him on the court. He was engaged. He was because he's still athletic. He was moving his feet. You could just see he was into the matchup. He was into it. He was into it. That was what we needed from everybody else.
Yes,
Caris LeVert. Yeah, Caris LeVert gave it to us. He had a nice strip at the rim on Max Strus. Like, he just made a ton of plays. Like, he was just doing everything. So, that's why it's so disappointing because we didn't get the dub. And he had an amazing game. Amazing game for him.
Right.
Man, that's tough.
And it's if Caris got 14 points on that efficiency, like, we'd be thrilled. Like, he came into the game off the bench and immediately brought energy. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's what he continues to do. But like you said, I hope that he can replicate this at least to an extent.
Impact-wise,
I hope
yeah.
that he can do what he did tonight, which was be, we've been saying all the time, he's so good on defense. He's, like I said, well, he's a great defender. So he can come in and defend Mitchell and slow them down. But if he can do what he did tonight offensively, even just a third of it with that defense is still going to help us.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that still would have been very helpful. But again, for him to get 24, I don't think he's scored more than 20 points for us this season.
That's what I'm saying. It's best game of the year.
Crazy.
By far. On both sides.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if we continue to get this Caris LeVert, we're going to need it, especially with Kevin Huerter not being available right now. Because he was doing a lot of Kevin Huerter's type stuff tonight on both sides. The way he was guarding, the way he was finishing, just the way he was getting good shots. He was even moving well without the ball. Like a lot of it was on ball, but a lot of it was off ball too.
Again,
so I just really liked how he played the game, not his stats, just how he played the game, how he approached the game, like a Detroit Pistons style mindset.
Yeah,
two-way play, getting it done, knocking down shots, defending.
Just and effort. Again, calling that screenplay early.
That was nice.
Just makes it feel so much better. And like he's the guy who stepped up as someone who has had to play as a secondary ball handler as well. He's the guy who stepped up for some of Cade's lapses.
Mm-hmm.
And that will just be so important. It just gave me so much more faith in him as a ball handler that he's not just out there blindly dribbling the ball. He's trying to create something.
Yeah.
And if he's confident against, especially, a team that he was on, a lot of players that he's familiar with, he can call a lot more plays that he thinks him or his guys on the court can get the ball in the basket for.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're like I can't overstate how well he played in this game, man. This
Absolutely.
was by far the happiest I've been walking away from a Pistons game and looking at Caris LeVert's play.
Yeah.
By far. No question about it.
It would have been unreal if we could pull out the W for him because he deserved his flowers. I think it was you on your live in like the first, or you're just like, is it too early? Or maybe the early second. Like, is it too early to give him the belt? Like, he made such an impact right away.
Yeah. And the chat was like, nope. Devin was like, nope. Everybody's like, nope.
By far. Not too early. No, because it's like,
sure.
Yeah.
He deserved it. So shout out to him. Hopefully he can keep it up. We're going to need it if we continue to have guys struggle the way we do. So Bos, go let them dogs out.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Somebody else. All right, guys. Yeah, that's tough, man. He played, man. That's tough. I feel for him because he had his breakout game of the season at the perfect time in the playoffs. And nobody really came with him. Nobody really came with him tonight. He had maybe one or two guys. We talked about Paul, talked about Tobias. Outside of that, he didn't really get much help. Right? Cade was good in spots, but we didn't really that was pretty much it. We didn't get enough from enough guys tonight to help him in this game. It's so unfortunate to see, our starters play, to see Caris LeVert with 24 on great efficiency, 4 boards, 3 assists, no steal or no turnovers and 2 stocks. And nobody else really give you anything. Like 4 from Dunk, 4 from Ausar, 8 from JD. This is like, come on, man. Come on. What are we doing? So that's terrible. So, yeah, LeVert and Reed outplayed. Yeah. So, all guys have bad games at times. It's just very unfortunate that we couldn't put it together when we get a performance like this from Caris LeVert because we haven't always gotten this. Most of the year, we haven't gotten consistent play from Caris LeVert. And tonight was his best game. So, it's just unfortunate that in this kind of game, nobody else showed up. So, man. All right, guys, let's keep pushing, man. Let's go now to Daniss Jenkins. We got Dennis, we got Ron, Javonte, and Isaiah. And then we got a lot and Marcus. Okay. Let's run through these real quick. Guys, Daniss Jenkins tonight finished with 2 points, 0 for 4 from the field, didn't shoot well, 2 from the line, 3 boards, 3 assists, and 1 turnover in 21 minutes. Not a great game from Daniss Jenkins. Not a great game from Tank. Right? I thought he played good defense. But offensively, he didn't look good tonight at all for me. I don't know if they figured some things out with him, but he just didn't look as comfortable as he looked the first 2 games. So they may have made some adjustments on him, but now he needs to make some adjustments as well. Daniss getting a lot of he's struggling with that length at the rim. with guys like Jared Allen and Mobley. He's struggling. Last series, he was struggling with the length on the perimeter. And in this game, it seems like he's struggling with the length on the interior. So y'all saying next. Oh man, yeah, it wasn't a good game from Tink, man. He's had some good games. First 2 games he played great. He played great. I don't know if he's dealing with the individual battle with him and Schroeder. I didn't really see too much of that tonight. We saw the last game, him and Schroeder getting into it, barking, stuff like that. I didn't see much of that tonight. And it wasn't like Schroeder had a great game. Schroeder had 7 points. 7 points, took 4 shots, had 2 boards, had no assists, so it wasn't like he just got crazy outplayed by Schroeder tonight. It's just, he just didn't play well tonight. And he's had some games now where his shot hasn't been falling, and this is one of those games. He just really couldn't put it together tonight in this game. So he's one of the many guys in this game who really and he does have his struggles more so on the road than at home. First 2 games at home, you really see him, feeding off the crowd, getting into the crowd. You see him knocking down those buzzer beaters and stuff like that. He's struggling a little bit on the road, and he's young. His first playoff experience, his first playoff run, right? Exactly. Right. So he's gonna have the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs. So I'm not concerned about him. Just wasn't a good game. He had 2 really good games at home, and the road he struggled a little bit. So that's all I got for him. Why do the whole team be off at times? We just can't put it together at times, bro. We just can't put it together at times. With young teams go through that. Young teams, in the first, second playoff run, which is their second run this year, they go through that. Daniss' first playoff run, Stu's first playoff run because he didn't play last year. So it's just like, some of these guys, Ron's real first playoff run, he didn't play much last year. So yeah, it's it's gonna be tough. It's just tough when you see some of your vets and your young core who have had some experience go through it. Like Cade and JD and Ausar, like the core of this team, if you want to call it that, right? Those guys, they didn't play well. So yeah, I'm gonna give him a pass tonight. I'm gonna give him a little grace too, guys, because he's had some good games, and you expect rookies to not always play great, so it happens. Exactly. Only 4 shots, didn't keep shooting, and as we always say, guys, the thing about him that I love is that he doesn't turn the ball over. He had 3 assists, 1 turnover. I'm cool with that, right? So just talking a little Daniss. Any thoughts on Daniss tonight, boss?
Yeah, I just had 2 notes about him too. Just to answer the question earlier. Will you stop? Sorry, my dog's just drinking his water so loudly. It is, again, to answer the question you just had up. Where'd it go? Oh, here. Why did the whole team be off at times? Like I said earlier, when our team is out of rhythm, it just throws our main guys, like you said, Deuce, Cade, Tobias, like it throws everyone off because we're team ball. All the Cavs, even though they had hot guys tonight, again, it's been their 3 same guys. Like Donovan Mitchell doesn't need his team to be doing perfectly to get his shot. So I think it's just another thing of just our team also playing team ball more so. Like we rely heavily on Cade, but we rely on other guys also. Yeah. In the second, Jenkins forced the Harden turnover. And in the third, he just had some great feeds. Like he was a big part of some of the Caris and B-ball Paul baskets because of his assists. True. So, and I liked his defense a lot. Sucked that he couldn't get it off really with his field goals, but he was doing, made his free throws. Oh yeah, like you said, only 1 turnover, 2 fouls. He was just in it, and you just hope that he can, get some of those shots to go down. But his focus tonight was definitely more. The impact tonight was definitely more defense and ball movement and taking care of the ball, which was still big. Yeah,
that's all I got for him. And PD said, "Chill on Moose and Bear. He's just thirsty."
I know. Well, he's just being really loud. I'm trying to talk through because I know Deuce is trying to move this along. So
yeah, let's get through these guys. Let's go to Stu first. Stu plays 7 minutes. That's where I'm gonna start. 4 points, 2 or 3 from the field, 3 boards, 1 turnover, 7 minutes, boss.
Yeah, I mean he had some strong finishes at the basket. He had a strong finish, a good putback. He was there to clean up. I don't know. A lot of people said that he's been. When I came on, I think again 7 minutes. This is fine because it's better than what JD did in 27, in my opinion. So people were like, this was not a Stu game. It's 7 minutes. I thought he did good in 7 minutes for 2 of 3 shooting. No blocks or anything. He had foul trouble. But he had a great defense on Mobley on the perimeter as well. He's someone I would like to see maybe put up a 3. We know that he can get hot there. I don't think he's attempted one in this series yet, and he had a couple against the Magic. So if that rotation could work out a little bit, that would be nice. So I like his. I'm fine with his performance, but the minutes are too low, and then didn't necessarily get anything in the stocks, which is more where he lives. So I mean, just again,
exactly.
low minutes to really get it all. Yeah.
So once again, no stocks. Even though it's only 7 minutes, we've seen him like Paul Reed defensively be very efficient on the defensive side and put up numbers defensively as soon as he entered this game. So like, I don't know if he's hurt or not. If he is, don't play him at all. Then, like, if he's hurt, don't play him 7 minutes just to say you played him. Like, I don't understand that.
Eric
like,
said that Stu shut that down. Stu said he's not hurt. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm saying. I don't know if you heard this, but I'm just telling you that Stu.
No, I heard that. I did hear that. I heard it. But whether he's hurt or not, why are you playing him 7 minutes?
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
Right.
I agree. He's giving you like he had a nice glasser off the glass, caught in the post. It looked like he was fine to me. I don't know. So it's just like, but he doesn't have the same lift. He's not contesting at the rim like we're used to seeing. That dunk on Mobley last game usually is a block. So I don't know. Like, whether he is or not, if he's not hurt playing more than 7 minutes ain't enough. Like, then it's like, if he's not hurt, why is he playing 7 minutes?
Right.
If he is hurt, it's like, if he is hurt, sit him, period. One or the other. Like DMP because he's hurt, or give him a full run because he's not. But this in between, maybe he is, maybe he's not, 7 minutes. Like, nah, bro, one or the other. Because it's hard for guys to get going. Once again, boss, we all say 5 to 10 minutes incomplete. Because it's not really enough time to really judge. So why is he playing 7 minutes? Whether he's hurt or not. Play him or don't play him. Hurt or not. Like, just this back and forth is like, come on, man. He can say whatever he wants. He's just the eye test. He just doesn't look right to me. So maybe he's not, maybe he is, but pick a side, bro. Play him or not.
It's almost more confusing, that he's not injured and playing 7 minutes. So if that's so for sure.
Yeah. So all right, we'll leave it there for him. I guess we'll find out some more information hopefully as we go along. All right, man, boss. Let's go to Javonte Green, 6 minutes. And nothing to show for it as far as the stat line. I didn't really, honestly, impact wise either. I didn't see much. But once again, 6 minutes. So when guys play that few minutes, it's like, why are there so many guys? Like Stu 7, Ron 8, Javonte 6, Sass 3. Like, it just feels like it's hard for guys to get in the rhythm doing that. So I don't know, man. I don't have any notes for Javonte Green. Nothing. No Kenya woo tonight. No, nothing. I don't have anything.
Yeah, he played he played in the first half, didn't play in the second. He got 2 fouls in those 6 minutes. So I just wonder if JB just wasn't feeling it. Again, I think if LeVert wasn't performing to the extent that he was, we would have seen either more Ron or Woo. I couldn't tell you who, but yeah, it's definitely someone you like to see more minutes, especially he hasn't been hot on offense lately, but that could switch at any minute. I mean, look what Caris did tonight. So like you want to, if you want to see them get hot, they need to play minutes to get into that rhythm and everything. So I just think I think it was the foul trouble that just left him out, even though they weren't necessarily his fault. And he just getting frustrated. So JB, just didn't play him.
Yeah, Mr. Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall. In my 5 heartbeats for you. Boss, you ever see 5 heartbeats?
No.
We got to put that in your list for you.
Okay.
We got to put that in your list for you. We'll come back to that one. But y'all know Eddie Kane Jr., man. Can anybody say Eddie Kane Jr., Mr. Chris? That's funny. Ron would have got no 6 minutes. Could have, played. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not going to be perfect. But once again, it's tough to judge these guys when they don't play a lot of minutes. So I don't have much for Woo in this game at all. And that takes his boss to Ron Holland, who I also don't have much in this game for because he also didn't play a lot in this game either. Nope, he didn't score. Missed his only shot, was a 3-ball. 3 boards, 1 turnover, 1 steal. 8 minutes, boss. 8 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't have any notes for him. He was definitely getting into it later in the game. You saw that energy, the spark to try to get them back into it. He was a factor there. So hopefully, I don't know why we didn't see more of him earlier on. But again, some of these things are just game adjustments as well, because he did come in early and then we didn't see him again till late. So not sure. And I don't like his, his one shot attempt was a 3. I don't want that. But he did, defensive things to still get 3 rebounds and a steal in 7 minutes is incredible. So
Yeah.
he's definitely working, doing what he's supposed to do, trying to show, that no matter his minutes, that he will still play aggressively. I mean, that's what they all did in the last 3 minutes of the game. So definitely miss him out there. I think that he would give the Cavs a headache. So hopefully we do see some more from him.
Yeah, like Mike says, he played the first half but didn't do much except miss the one wide open 3. But no, he caught iron. It wasn't an air ball. He caught iron. It was from the top of the key. But he didn't make it.
Yeah, it was too long. It was too long.
Yeah, it was. So it wasn't a great shot, But once again, if he's open, I don't mind him shooting it. But once again, just so you can attribute Ron and Javonte maybe to Caris getting 31 minutes. So I'm not really mad about that because in this game, Caris had it going. So
exactly,
I take that back. In this game, because Caris is playing so well, I'm not mad at both of those. Well, maybe both those guys playing 14 combined. But I understand why in this game, when Caris has a legacy game, why those guys didn't play as much as they did. So that's understandable for me in this game. I get it.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think Caris could play like Caris, but then it goes back to like Ausar only playing 18, so it's just like you only play 2 of your wings, like two
against
interesting.
Right.
So
against D Mitch, but the same token, Caris was playing him very well.
Absolutely.
So maybe he's trusting that fact that he knows him more, and he's So I get it.
But it's a little bit of like you sit here and you say that B-Ball Paul comes off the bench to help you get you back into the games. Like where's your mindset with Ron and that as well, or even Wu? They've done that too.
Right.
So it's like these adjustments. But again, I do think, like I said, I there's a lot of adjustments I appreciated from JB in this game, like keeping the hot hands out there, and making those decisions. And now hopefully looking at it as a game as a whole and moving on to the next game, you can make those adjustments more easily next game and get some of these guys in. So
And classic last one. Is it me or were the Pistons at their best when starter minutes hover around 30-minute range? And the balance of minutes were given to the bench to wreak defensive havoc. I agree. Yeah, we do understand rotations tighten a lot of times in the playoffs, but at the same time, it's like when this has been your formula, it's a lot of minutes for our starters, especially when a couple of our starters don't really help us do what we do best as far as pace. So I understand what you're saying, classic, for sure. I actually tend to agree with you there for sure.
Yeah, and like I said at the beginning, I think my biggest adjustment from game to game would just be overall go to the 12-man. It throws the Cavs off. It throws them off. Our bench was phenomenal against their starters and their bench because we got in guys with energy and stuff. So
all right, guys. Marcus Sasser. Marcus Sasser signing, first of all. Shout out to him for getting the opportunity. 7 points, 3 or 4 shooting, 1 or 2 from 3. And 1 steal in 3 minutes. Some B-ball Paul stuff there, boss. What'd you see tonight from Sass? Sass.
Like not even really close to 3 minutes, like less than 3 minutes, 7 points and a steal for 3 or 4 shooting, 1 or 2 from 3. Super big. He was a reason that Atkinson had to bring back in his starters for the last minute.
Yeah.
I know it's Jamoke. Play this man. Absolutely.
He probably had that message just.
And it's an adjustment
hours ready to just hit the enter button. Go ahead.
But this is what I wanted is more minutes that aren't a minute into garbage time where you just dribble out the clock, because Sass took an opportunity to show what he can do and he delivered. And so now, it's different if you haven't had any time, you go out there and you're a little, but like, no, in 3 minutes, he absolutely delivered. And I think can do some damage in terms of shooting and everything. The thing for me is just like, if they can't even get Duncan open, I don't see them getting Sass open. But I'm very impressed with what he did. And it just tells me that he stays ready. And I would love to see him more, even if the last 3 minutes of quarters, like something to help provide some energy in terms of 3-point shooting and stuff like that. And I'm just glad that, again, he went out there, like him, Ron and B-Ball Paul all went out there and just showed, especially later in the game, that they have the energy and they have the drive and the motivation and the urgency to win a game. So
It's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of games with him.
Yeah, exactly. There's a couple adjustments he can go with.
Yeah, because we talked about it last series and why. Well, I said I don't want to speak for you, but I said why I thought he wouldn't play last series because that's just a really big team. The guards, they're just big and physical, and that's tough for a guy like him, right? In this series, not so much. You know, against guys like Sam Merrill, Schroeder, it's not like Sasser can't defend. He can defend. He's just not a big guard. So against this team who doesn't have big guards, when you're struggling to get anything going, I wouldn't mind giving him a look, especially in the game when Duncan Robinson is struggling, when he's not even getting shots up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what this is the situation. This is the game. This is the type of game I was talking about all year when you would see a Marcus Sasser. This is the script for Marcus Sasser. This kind of game, just putting him in sooner though, giving him more runs sooner, and also because he hasn't really played much. So that, like you said, going as far as rotation, just throwing him off, throwing him a different look. I thought he could have been effective in this game. So, like, of course, you're not gonna know that. You're not gonna know how these guys are gonna look, you know, for a second. You don't know that. So, but it's just this would have been the kind of game that I think he could have had a more of an impact. And I think going forward, I think guys are gonna have a shorter leash, maybe, if they're not playing well, and he may get the opportunity sooner in this situation because he's a bucket and he can defend. And he's not going against a bunch of guards off their bench who just has a huge size advantage. I think that's the key. So if Duncan's not giving you much and he's not defending either, Saz can at least look to be aggressive offensively, and he can still guard too against these guys.
Right. And I agree with you guys in the comments too. Like Sasser can handle the ball and he's shifty. So the guy they can't cheat off of. Sasser can create his own, plus the Cavs won't guard him like they guard Duncan. Like, think about how easy it is for Cade to get past Mitchell. Like, I think about how easy it was for B-Ball to get past Mobley. Sometimes just handles and speed will benefit against this team. So I absolutely think that Sasser, I'm just thinking in terms of the Pistons would have to figure out and make sure that he gets open, or if he plays off ball or on ball with Cade off ball and they work out there and get it open. I absolutely think he can blow by some defenders, make the right pass. And just get open at the three. And I do like his defense as well. He's very scrappy. Like you said, he already registered a steal. With a guy like Harden who over dribbles, I think he can knock the ball away quite a bit. Yeah. So I wouldn't hate it. But again, like you said, it's not something that we knew. And like there have been opportunities to try it. And I'm really happy that tonight was a good opportunity for it, like a substantial time where we got back into it a little bit. There were timeouts. It wasn't just dribble and shoot up whatever. Like he was very smart. They were trying to make a run in the last 3 minutes because they kept it close enough. So there was smart ball play. It wasn't just whipping everything up there. So I'm glad he got this because it just opens up more of an opportunity for him going forward.
It's almost like he was trying to show everybody, like, hey man, I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm available if y'all need me. That's kind of how I felt watching him. But I thought he played really well in that stint. Now, granted, it was against their bench guys. It was against their third stringers. We got to be honest, right? Some guys we hadn't seen all series. We saw at the end of the game just to get the game over with, and he was doing that. But doesn't take away from what he can still bring in the series, right? And I think he can still be valuable and have his moments in this series because of the personnel, because they don't have a bunch of big guards, and he can match up much better and still help the offense as well. So I think this may be an opportunity for him for sure. Lastly, boss, Kevin Huerter didn't play. I hope he returns soon.
Me too.
I hope we can use Kevin Huerter. I always say Caris Huerter. We can use Kevin Huerter right now because of his two-way ability. I think we haven't seen a lot of him either. They haven't seen a ton of him either. So I think he can be a bright spot as well off that bench. Right? So it's just, we'll see. These next 3 games are going to be interesting, but I think Kevin Huerter can have a huge impact on both sides of the ball in this series, man. I really do. So
absolutely,
we will see, guys. That's all we have, man, for this game. Game 5 now, with the series not at 2-2, swings back to LCA. Swings back home. The Pistons play better at home. They have played better at home. We know role players play better at home. All those things are going to be taken into consideration, guys. I don't think the Pistons are going to lose this next game. Yeah. Now, I said that last game. But looking ahead to game 5, boss, I don't think they're going to lose this game. I don't. The Cavs haven't won on the road all year. were all playoffs. They have not won on the road.
Mhm.
They've won every game at home and lost every game on the road. So
Yeah.
with the Pistons losing these next two and it being a 3-game series now, first to 2. It's the first to 2 now, guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, they got to come out and the way I thought they would come out tonight, they got to definitely do that next game. And I hope we see some
Absolutely.
adjustments.
Mhm.
I hope we see some adjustments. I hope JD's able to wake up. I hope our starters as a whole bring the energy from jump. And I
Mhm.
hope our bench mob can do what they do and be given the opportunity to do what they do like they've been given all year. So
Yeah.
that's all I got,
Yes.
man. Go ahead. Anything else you got, boss?
No, that's all. Thanks for being here with us, guys. I know it was a long one. It's a lot
Yeah.
of guys played. Bummer that we lost. But it's a series. Look, a lot of people said Cavs and Pistons in 6, Pistons in 7. Well,
Yeah.
you can't go to 6 or 7 if you if you don't lose. So I do expect us to bounce back big. I hope we do. This was a very ugly game. I just want us to look more like ourselves, and I could absolutely see us doing it. So I'm very excited for Wednesday.
Yeah. Same
Yeah.
here, man. Same here, guys. So we will call it there, man. PD says Pistons win the next 2 games. Pistons in 6. Okay. All right. We'll see, man. So, guys, we appreciate you, as Boss said, for showing up and showing out as you guys always do. We really appreciate it. Appreciate you guys staying up for your boy for me to get back, and appreciate Boss for holding it down until I did.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys smash that like button, man, and subscribe if you are new. 3-game series. So the Pistons got to bring it the next game and go from there. So hope you guys have a great night. And y'all know the drill, man. Detroit versus everybody. See y'all Wednesday night.
All the dirty work, all dog. I'ma dive on the floor, go try to block every shot, and I'ma be physical with you the whole game. You know Stu gonna be physical with you. When you think of the Pistons, you think of just hard work and just gritty basketball. That's just the identity you gotta have when you put on that jersey.
I'm not your average breed of canine. Not a good dog, I'm bad boy for life. I set the tone, don't care about no tick. Let it be known, I get my respect. Come in the lane and see I don't bluff. If you retaliate, that's on ya. Talking hundreds, I hear you're ashamed. Talking that chop, you must want this way. If the dog palm, mess around, find out, If the dog palm, mess around, find out, For some barbecue sauce, boy, you better come for real, cause I'm like that. When you're ready for some barbecue sauce, boy, you better come for real, cause I'm like that. The dog palm, mess around.